I've lived 1,000 lives. I've piloted 1,000 souls. I've killed and fought at night just for another role.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to Happy Jack's RPG. My name is Jason, and this game is a one-shot of the Quest RPG rule set. You can find them at adventure.game if you want to check it out. I think it's a pretty neat implementation of a fantasy setting. So I don't say that about very many fantasy games. But let's go around and meet our players today. And let us know what your character wanted to be when they grew up, when they were little, right? And that, like, little you, young you, wanted to be when they grew up, without a lot of other context for who your character is. Eli?
What my character?
Well, tell us who you are.
Skip that. Hi, my name is Eli, and I'm sometimes on social media. But my character, let me think. What would they want? I think my character would want to be a bird.
Oh, okay. That's great. Now, your character's called Blue
Yeah,
and is a ranger.
right.
What are their pronouns?
They, them.
Okay. Great. And wanted to be a bird.
And it's 5'2", as I was so bullied to take as
Yeah.
my height.
Blue is 5'2".
It's 5 foot.
That's the only sensible choice.
Right.
Next,
Hi, my name is Adam, and
Adam Six Sheets.
Adam Six Sheets.
Inside baseball.
Adam, why did I call you that?
Because I chose one or two powers from 6 different pieces of paper, so Jason had to print out 6 pages to get all of my cards
And cut them out.
And cut them out.
And
yeah.
cut them out. Yeah. Hi, I'm Adam Six Sheets. Jason is tired of my 6-sheet shit. My character is named Mish, and pronouns are he, him. And when he grew up, or when he grows up, he wanted to be a dragon.
These are weird jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he already was a bird, so.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
He's winged. Oh, that's right. So you're like winged.
I'm called it. My species is called Ozidi.
Okay, like a pixie type
Um,
thing.
Yeah, so kind of like a pixie, like they're all like 18 to 24 inches tall or so. So Misha's 24 inches tall, about 2 feet tall, with about a 3-foot wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
And colored kind of like a kingfisher, so like blue and orange and white.
Mm-hmm. And feathered.
And feathered.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Feathered wings. Yes. Feathered wings.
But arms and legs.
Yes,
and
but
wings.
yes. So humanoid with wings, but kind of like wings out of the middle of his back,
Yeah.
not like wings for arms. So if anybody's watched The Dragon Prince, kind of like the Skywing elf
Sure.
that they met,
Or
so-
Google birds with arms.
or Google, yeah,
Just one of my favorite Google
yeah,
searches.
or Google fairy with bird wings. And that also brings up some interesting
Make
things.
sure that safe search is turned on.
Yes, turn on safe search.
Or not.
Yeah, right? Yeah. As
Enjoy
you
your
wish.
evening.
Yep, we don't judge. Not yucking somebody's yum.
Right? Yeah. But yes, so yes, that is my character.
All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jay. And I thought, actually, before we move on to the human side of the table, we might want to go over the fact that Eli's character is also...
A fish
Oh,
person.
Yeah.
Yes,
like, not
yes.
quite human,
Person.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the area of the sea that he comes from is from Sitnalta.
Okay.
Nalta?
Sitnalta.
Sitnalta.
It's Atlantis backwards because they're
Yeah.
not the
Oh,
beautiful.
hey.
They're not
okay.
they're not the beautiful mermaids.
Oh,
So it's like these fish people that have the ability to sort of obfuscate what they look like to blend in with regular people.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so because they look kind of monstrous and they got persecuted for a little bit. So
Oh, that sucks.
Mm.
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Cool. And also worth noting too, if we're not calling it Atlantis, it's because this isn't really like fantasy Earth. It's not like medieval Earth, right? This is fully fresh fantasy world in the multiverse somewhere. So that's fine. But yeah.
Oh, all right. So my character is named Sebastian. Those close to he, him, his pronouns. Those close to him call him Seabass. He is 36 years old, stands at a modest 5'7", scruffy, just kind of mishmash look. And when Seabass was but a young lad, he wanted to be a soldier.
Okay.
Say soldier or
Alright.
sailor, or out in the sea or out in the trenches.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So by scruffy, is it like kind of scraggly beard as well?
Yeah.
Like that holds like a whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not very well kept.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's probably showed up on your review.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I tend to stay below decks.
Yeah.
I'm not the face of the company.
And we'll get more about the company in a minute. Kimmy, what do you have to say for yourself?
Hi, my name is Kimmy, and I am playing Moira Fox. We go really bad, and her nickname is Moira Peeling Fox. It worked in my head when I was playing it out. All right,
I don't.
here, Moira Fox.
More
get it.
appealing.
Shush.
I actually don't get the
Oh.
joke.
More
She's
appealing.
more
More
appealing.
More appealing.
Oh. I'm
I
all
was
caught
gonna do
up.
my last name until we decided to be related, and then I'm like, okay, we should have at least the same last name because that'll be hilarious on a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a fighter, and I am 6'4", and I have like long black hair with like starting to have like white streaks in it, but
Mhm.
they're like they look planned even though they're not.
Sure. Did you say she, her?
She, her, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
When she was young, she wanted to be exactly who she is right now. She wanted to be an awesome duelist and fighter
Right.
and go out on adventures, and she did that.
And to be known for her strengthiosity.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Type A personality made her catch and get to her goal.
Weird.
Weird.
Weird flex.
And I'm playing off type.
If you're joining us for the first time, Kimmy's a liar.
I must spit all over our brand new board. That was nice.
I'm really proud of myself.
That was good timing.
The little bit of the setting that we're coming into is that the four of them have found themselves working for a shipping company that turned out that is like a big, powerful shipping company in this fantasy world that takes things all over the world. They're big ships, little ships. They take things over land sometimes, whatever it is. And they're known for that, but it's also like the biggest company. Yeah, if you can get a job there, like you'll probably have a career. Good for you, right? So that's great. But in the course of our kind of character generation stuff that we're doing here, we're going to discover what you found out about the company that led us to leave with benefits. Benefits being this smallish tall ship that you took with you. It is appropriate for 4 people to sail a tall ship because a lot of it is sort of magically automated, because the company wants to pay as few people per voyage as possible. They have a number of like automatons that genuinely not people. All right, I don't want to have that whole thing. Like they're not like the Warforged in Eberron who are just like used and abused. But they actually have some like Siri level intelligence automatons, right? That can carry out simple functions and tasks, but aren't actually people.
Like kind of clockwork, like gears.
It's a mix. Some of them are mechanic clockwork. Some of them are bluing goal,
Okay.
glowing blue runes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic. Which is funny that I only discovered that in my 30s when I was learning how to identify dyslexia in my students.
Ah.
And I was like, huh?
Oh.
Shit.
Explains so much.
College would have been a lot easier if I had understood how to absorb my English literature degree. Fine, it's not what we're talking about right now, and I don't care. So, a little bit in the part that we open up on is your ship sailing out into open water. It's, let's say, pre-dawn, right? You've made it. At this point, scot-free, right? No one is in pursuit, and you're going to be able to make it probably most of the way to the horizon before anyone sends up alarms. But they're going to notice a ship is missing real quick, right? This company's built on efficiency and running a tight ship. So,
Is it still a pun if it's the exact thing that it
if
was
it's just
described to
the
do?
word.
Yeah. You're not making a pun, you're just describing things.
Yeah. Bro, I heard you like metaphors.
Metaphor what? I'm sorry.
Idioms.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Kimmy with the English actually.
Yeah. And if you didn't notice, she pushed her glasses up her nose, literally.
It's required. If you're gonna actually,
yes,
you've got to push
yes,
your glasses,
yeah.
even if you're not wearing glasses.
Yes, and literally meaning literally, not literally meaning figuratively.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Obvious.
So I want to picture, where are we on the ship? What do you look like? What are you dressed as? What is obvious on you? Each of you has a duffel below deck somewhere, right? But this ship, which is, so I know very little about pirates, sailing, or
Fantasy.
or like fantasy in general. This is true. I'm not even kidding right now. Like, this is not my primary genre. Sorry, genre. So, what is that classic ship with the 3 sails?
Yeah.
How many people would that normally require to crew?
It's
A bunch.
yeah,
Like
normally
20 people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah.
So that's
at
fine,
least.
but not like 100 people, right?
No, probably like 20 to 50, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's with
Yeah.
the automation components
Yeah.
here, it can be run with 4 people,
Mhm.
right? 12 or 15 would be better with people working on shifts and all that. But, if nothing breaks or goes wrong, it's fine.
Mhm.
What could go wrong?
And we really don't know the permanence of the situation anyway, right?
Right. Yeah,
Considering.
we do not.
So, who is at the helm? That's the steering wheel.
Me.
Okay.
Ah.
And how are you dressed? What do you look like?
Okay, so I'm super tall. I already said that. I have a fantastic hat
Yeah.
that it has the like brim, and then like one side of it's like pinned up with like feathers. Probably a little bit of lace around the edge of it.
Is it a hat that maybe you weren't allowed to wear on board before? Because it's like, if you're not the captain or first mate, you're not allowed to wear this hat as part of your uniform.
Probably. I feel like I've always had like slightly a bigger hat than I was supposed to, but now it's just like ta-da.
Yeah.
It was like not enough to be written up for, but
Yeah.
everyone knew, and
Mhm.
like,
Especially it's like, are we gonna challenge her over that?
Right.
The 6'4" duelist. I'm
Right.
not sure if this is a big enough deal to like.
Right. Yeah.
right.
And I have a big fancy pirate coat made of like very detailed, kind of elaborate fabric. And it's got like the big like sleeve
Hmm.
with like the ruffles hanging out.
Oh, is this like the trench coat kind of length? Is that what the pirate coat is?
So it's more fitted. I'm sorry, I'm a cosplayer. So it's more fitted, and then
Get
it
out.
has kind of the easiest way to describe it, I'm not going to use technical terms, is like almost a skirt thing that hangs down just in the back where
Sure.
it kind of goes off.
A bit of flare.
Yeah, so it ends up in the back being about trench coat length, but it's a little bit shorter in the front, and then it kind of like tapers down.
Okay. So kind of business in the front and then party in the back.
Yeah.
Like
And
more-
flowing in
more-
the back.
more business in the front, bustle in the back, but yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
But it
but no actual bustle. 'cause
is
that would
the
be
mullet of frock coats.
Thank you.
I hate everything
I'm
about what you
sorry.
just
I'm
said.
sorry.
The other costumer betrayed me. Okay.
and-
and
I'm loving it. I
Okay.
don't say that with judgment.
No, I know.
I
And then I
am.
have big thigh-high boots.
And you were saying
Nice.
like sword and pistol kind
Yeah.
of situation?
Yes,
Okay.
sword and pistol.
All right. And for our setting, our guns are not completely flintlock. They're, they look kind of like flintlock weapons, but it's a magical apparatus that like fires a projectile. So it's, that.
And I think the type of ship we'd have would be like what's called a schooner.
Okay.
A schooner basically means you've got like 2 masts, generally
Mm.
2 or more.
Sooner or later, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me if I'm proud of myself.
No.
Are
no.
you proud of yourself?
I am.
Don't
Thank you
ask
for asking.
him.
It's the
Um,
GM, we have
I
to.
know.
All right. Seabass, what are we working with?
Oh, what am I working with? You know what? I'm working on the rigging of the ship, just
Okay.
making sure that all of the sails are tight,
Mhm.
that the wind is behind us. Um,
So you like up the mast? Like
yeah,
up in the
like
ropes?
up on,
Okay.
yeah, exactly, yeah. You know what? Maybe at this point, I'm actually on my way to the crow's nest
Okay.
because I'm dead scared that the company is gonna find out and start chasing after us.
Yeah,
Or when, not
mhm.
if, but when.
Yeah.
And I sort of envision myself as having been with the company for a while.
Mhm.
And so I've sailed to many of various lands, and that's kind of reflected in my outfit. The closest thing that I have to your outfit, actually, is that jacket.
Nice.
So I've retained it, but because I've been out and about so much, it's just worn and patchy. So unlike this beautiful like jacket that you have, mine is just grungy. I've collected various bits of clothing from all the various lands I've traveled.
Okay.
And I'm, again, the beard just is covering most of my face.
Okay.
The one thing that I do keep nice are my boots, which are ribboned along the back.
Yeah.
And I just, like whenever things get rough, those always get tucked away and my bright proper work shoes come out. But
Sure.
now I'm just wearing them.
But you wore them to steal the ship because you didn't want to leave them behind.
Yeah.
favorite
And they're
boots,
also
yeah.
sort of a bit of a good luck charm. So
Okay.
Sorry, we're Jay and I are going to be related. So can we have it where the fabric, like the Scottish tartan, like you have a specific weave of fabric that
What
represents
if it's like
kind
a
of your group?
brocade, like a matching
Family.
brocade?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But
that'd be
there's like a
cool,
very
yeah.
specific pattern that's
Yeah.
like for our family or
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a clan or whatever
like
it is.
pattern and color,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say.
Mhm.
Oh,
So the
wait,
people who
since we're
saw us and,
cousins, right?
yeah.
Like you can have like a certain color, I can have a certain shade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I
So
love that.
people who knew and looked at us would be like, I think they're related, but yours is kind of tattered.
Yeah,
So most
yeah.
people don't really recognize that it's the same fabric.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I
Cool.
love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did
Okay.
you guys name your kingdom yet, or the place you're
The
from?
taterdom.
No, it's not that. No, not yet. We were told to
Okay.
wait because it was interesting to
Oh,
do that
okay.
on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Still got to think about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's fine. We can keep cogitating on that. Adam,
Yeah.
what are we looking at?
Okay, so Ozidi are, which is my species, Ozidi are highly sought after to work on these ships because of their fearlessness of the heights, because they have wings, and also their very sharp eyesight. So they're generally like the crow's nest type. That
Can we add that they developed the original like automation runes
yes, yeah,
like, as a group because maybe there are a lot of magicians? as-
yeah,
in the
yeah. I mean,
from
they're-
their land.
they're naturally magic users.
Yeah.
Ozidi are naturally magic users. Yeah, and and they have a real affinity for like type of illusion magic, but also like telekinetic, like moving things around
Sure.
with their brain. So yeah, so they probably and they can also like communicate with each other telepathically, and so there's a lot of like I think
Probably
yeah.
the closest we have to an engineer.
yeah. So yeah, and so normally Mish was hired to like be the main crow's nest, lookout for the ship, but he is not in the crow's nest right now because we just stole this ship and there is gold downstairs.
Oh, okay. So you're sorting out what you stole.
I'm sorting out I'm sorting out what we have. We didn't steal it, we liberated it.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
just happened to be
it was in the hold
on
it-
the
when you
ship.
left.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was in
didn't
the
get
help
fully
that.
unloaded.
right. Yeah. It's like it is shiny and we saw it and we have it, so it's ours.
So I would like to stipulate that this ship was being unloaded, and you all manipulated events so that the dock workers union had to stop working at some point because of the conditions. And they're like, that's fine. We'll get the rest of this out later
Yeah.
in the morning. Right.
Yeah.
And there was a guard, and it's fine. There's a bunch of gold in there. We're at home port, right? Like,
Right.
no big deal.
Nobody's gonna try and steal a ship out of home
Wild.
port.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Sorry. Point of order. Thanks to James V in the chat room, he Googled schooner. They generally had a crew of 6 to 8.
Okay, so we need
okay.
bigger.
You
a
need
little
bigger
bit.
than that. Okay.
What's the like 3 sail?
A galleon?
A galleon would probably be
It's
bigger.
like,
Those
yeah,
are like
That's like a
Those are
really
huge,
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
So something in between.
I think there's something about
There's no way
Caravel.
to find out. I'll go to the library on Monday, and I'll look it up.
somebody
And
look
then
up
I'll
a
email.
caravel.
I'll email it.
Caravel. I'm
Okay,
going off of Civ 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the thing in between a galleon and a
Maybe
galley.
a frigate.
Wow. How dare you? Can you?
Did I hurt you?
Yes, that hurt me in my soul.
Mm.
But yeah, so so Mish is Mish is in this for the money basically. So like he signed up because they pay top dollar for Ozidi to be on the ship.
So Mish has gone from, as a child, wanting to grow up to be a dragon to an adult having amassed a hoard of gold.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because he could already fly. So really the thing that was missing in order to be a dragon was,
Okay.
a hoard of gold.
A bed of gold to
A
lay
bed
on.
of gold to lay
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Curl
So,
up on
yeah.
at night.
So I think at some point probably like he is actually literally just like rolling in the gold,
Yeah.
and it's like somebody comes in, he's
Like
like
Scrooge McDuck in it?
just counting, just
Yeah.
counting. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about a Corvette?
Right? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
That's probably the right size.
A Corvette.
What's the crew
That's what I'm
complement
trying
usually?
to figure it out.
Okay. I know a bunch of things, like weird, obscure things about modern cruise ships.
Yes.
I have like a weird well of knowledge about that specific thing about boats. But
Yes.
the rest of it, I don't know. I don't know how sailing ships work.
Yeah.
You pull a rope and the thing goes up,
Yeah,
and then
and
the
they
boat
move.
go fast.
Yep.
I figured it out.
Yeah,
they're
very
magic.
limited range of knowledge regarding.
So just a
Yeah.
minor background question.
Yes.
We know this gold is meant to be shared with the 4 of you.
Yeah.
And also the 4 of you know each other and planned a thing that you all had to trust each other on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's a big deal that you did this. It's like you could be killed.
Yeah.
Or like probably will be killed if they catch
Yeah.
up to you. Almost certainly. So this is a thing that you all carried out together, having known and trusted each other for reasons that we can get to
Mhm.
later. But is Mish creating like 4 equal parts of gold? Or is it mostly equal parts with a coin in here and then equal parts and a coin in here?
No, he's just counting it.
Okay.
So Ozidi are also known for their strong community.
Okay.
And so it's kind of, so from Misha's perspective, we all 4 now have a hoard of gold.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter like who gets how much of the gold.
I like that.
It's just we all have a hoard of gold and
Yeah.
we're gonna share it. We'll figure it out. But like,
Cool.
yeah. I will let them know I want the shinier, prettier things, and they can have the like useless, like, like they can have the like goblets made out of gold. I really
Right.
don't care.
Those like boring platinum coins.
Right, yeah, boring platinum coins, whatever. But these like shiny gems.
Okay.
That's the stuff I like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very much a like, yeah, totally in it for the money, but also like has no problem sharing it. It's not a concept of like, not a concept of individual greed. It's it's the wealth of the community.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue, what are you up to?
I think they are also up in the crow's nest, going back to the whole wanting to be a bird thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their function within the company was cleaning the bottoms of the ships.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Barnacle
So
scraper.
yeah, so it was like
Oh,
it's not a lot of topside action.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think their first reaction would be to go up to the crow's nest, and I think they're keeping an eye on Moira because he actually knows the directions and stuff that we're going. So it's also kind of like, maybe go a little bit more to the right.
Yeah. Is Moira not known for her navigational skills?
I mean, if we're going with her being an exact analog to me, no, she's terrible with directions. Nope, she still uses Google to get anywhere in LA, even though she's lived there for 11 years. Like, occasionally still checking how to get to Jason's house, even though I get there like 4 times a
Oh,
week.
God.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to force myself not to turn on Waze to go to the Trader Joe's like a mile from my apartment
Yeah.
today. Like, I know this route. I've taken it plenty of
Now-
times.
To be fair,
To be
To be
fair.
we were locked in our houses for a year and a half and like, did not go anywhere. So
Yeah,
Yes.
that's.
Yeah.
that's why we
Right,
didn't
yeah.
go anywhere. That's the
That's
only
It's
reason.
the only reason, yeah.
I was gonna say that's the only reason I'm bad at directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
was preparing before pandemic.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At being bad at it for post pandemic.
Yeah. I kind of love that Blue, the fish person, like as soon as we get free, Blue goes from like the bottom like as high as he can
Yeah.
get.
They-
And then Mish, the bird person, is like, as soon as he gets a chance, is like, I'm going down below.
yeah.
So-
I like that. Okay, so we have this great shot of the sun's not even up yet. It's just that side of the sky is starting to lighten, and it is just clear, cloudless day, and the ship kind of heads away from the camera, and I think we need to do a little bit of a flashback to. Was there anything we need to establish in this stealing the ship scene? Anything else?
Not particularly. That I think.
Yeah, not that I
Blue
can-
has like shark skin attire on, pants, no shoes,
Okay.
and some like set coral like necklaces
Nice.
and bracelets.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I guess the
Um,
next question is, does the other crew members know that Blue looks like a hideous monster?
well,
Not like hideous, but
You-
like has
you're-
giant teeth and looks like a piranha.
I think maybe a lot of people don't know the extent to which your folks have like their full natural form, because you can kind of slide in between. It's not
Yeah.
one or the other, right?
Right.
So, I imagine you kind of have been keeping it business casual, because, yeah,
Yeah.
for lots of reasons.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
I was gonna say Mish like we're good at seeing through illusions, and I think maybe also we trade a lot with Sitnalta. And so maybe like I know what your people naturally look like,
Sweet.
and and we're humanoid bird creatures, but
Mhm.
we really don't care. Like, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, just don't eat us.
Yeah.
Even though
Gross.
we eat fish.
They're not a fish.
I know, but they have big mouths.
It's still hungry, sharp teeth.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
just, they could eat us very easily. and
I
that's
mean,
the
humans could eat you too.
problem. Well, yes, but they'd have to take smaller bites, so I have a chance.
All right, you got me. All right. So, speaking of a chance, perfect segue. There was a moment, let's say a year ago, where you were either hired on for the first time, or maybe you've received a promotion or something else. But the four of you find yourself in a briefing room, which could probably have 20 or 30 people in here. It's got like a row of seats and a row, it's a kind of staged seating. What's that called? The
Stadium.
Stadium.
yeah, but in a room for 30 people,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Not
Yeah.
like a massive auditorium, but it has like a little
Like a lecture room.
yeah, like a lecture room. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a small lecture room. And they don't really have chalkboards because we use like illusion magic to project anything or show anything that we need to use. And the four of you are there because you have to go there for orientation, right? So, who is this their first day of work at the company?
Probably me.
Okay. All right.
Still new.
Who has just been promoted?
I'll say I have.
Okay.
Mm.
And who is maybe here because management felt like you needed to go through orientation again? Okay.
Yeah.
I think both Eli and I.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blue and I.
But Blue and Moira both raised their hands for that.
Mhm.
Okay. So the four of you are, you're there, you have coffee and stale pastries available to you. And the pretty soon the sort of knowledge wisp forms itself at the center of the front of the room, which just sounds like a lot of voices all of a sudden came in, and then it kind of focuses on a point. And it says, "Hi, and welcome to your orientation at the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company, where we're more like a family than a business. Every cog has its place here."
Can I also have that Blue is saying the same exact thing? Like this is like the probably like 16th time they've been through this.
"Congratulations on your hiring, promotion, or lateral placement without change in pay or benefits. You were hired, promoted, or laterally placed without change in pay or benefits because the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company believes that you can contribute meaningfully to the goals of our charter. Get there first, get there fast, get there last." Now, let's scroll through your updated responsibilities and expectations. Do you all have your scroll? Great, let's begin. Noted, the voice did not wait for you to be ready. It's almost as if it was automated.
What? Right.
Moira's just like shoving the pastries in her mouth, just like eating them, just like stress eating, like anger eating, if that's a thing. Like, I can't believe
Yeah,
a thing.
absolutely. It is. Rage eating is
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
a thing, speaking from personal experience.
Niche has a sash that he has filled with all of the sesame seeds that have fallen off the other bagels.
Oh, okay. Just one
It's
sesame
just like-
seeds. Okay.
Just the sesame seeds.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Anything in particular we need to know about this orientation day scene?
Just to give a little bit more context, I maybe would want to change to Blue got hired again just because they forgot that they hired him.
Oh, okay.
Hired him. So that's why they've seen it so many times.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm actually slumped over in my chair, and I have the scroll on my lap. I'm not making any effort to look at it. And I gotta just have have my hat like pulled down over my eyes.
Okay.
I'm on the verge of taking a nap, but
Okay.
trying to hear just in case anything new jumps out this time around.
Well, at a key moment, the scroll itself kind of levitates up out of your lap or hands or whatever, unrolls, and there's all this beautiful script that kind of scrolls by, and you have the opportunity to gesture and sign your name at the bottom of the scroll, which, to get to where we are now, everyone did.
Oh yeah.
Anything we need to know about that at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I signed. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep signing it, but they keep losing it.
It's weird.
So, but is that actually your name?
No,
You should put your name on it,
but then they'll know who I am.
and then they won't make you come back.
Oh, it's better than scraping the stuff off the ships.
Well, at least then you can just keep going back.
Okay.
All right. So the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company
So mad at you.
has
So
a reputation to keep. They're the most reliable shipping source around the world. Their primary focus is in ships, literal shipping, right? They have some overland wagon trains or beasts or whatever that trying to accomplish that. But at some point in the last year, and I think we were toying with this being Blue's thing, is that you've identified, just surprisingly enough, something that the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company seems to be doing unethically.
Mhm.
Do you have any thoughts about what that might be?
One of the things I was thinking about that jumped in my mind was that just the construction of the ships with whatever magic that they're using
Mm-hmm.
is somehow coming from certain mines, that whatever sludge is coming out of those mines is going into the rivers and into the ocean.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. So there's some sluicing off
Yeah.
of the magic
Mhm.
byproduct.
Or
Mhm.
whatever their operation is, how they get it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're winding up with some like three-headed fish
Mhm.
and all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like that. So then, you've been here for a while. You've actually probably been here for more than a year or 2
Mhm.
because you just have to keep coming back to orientation every few months.
Mhm.
But these three you've made been in contact with some to some
Mhm.
degree. Blue, do you ever go on the ships, like go places, or are you always at home office here?
I feel like they sneak onto a lot of ships,
Mm-hmm.
just because, they have access from all the cleaning
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Mhm.
I feel like that's another reason why they have to go through orientation a lot.
All right.
Because they may be gone for months.
Right. So there's a lot of surprised like ship's first mates like, wait, our compliment is one too many. Like what? Okay. That's fine. But in the course of this back and forth, you've discovered, and also probably being underwater a lot,
Right.
you're seeing this. And who do you think you would bring that up to first? Since you can't bring it up to management because they must, like, that's not going to do anything, right? Like you have definitive evidence, or at least you've seen it with your own eyes, that this stuff is getting dumped into the water.
Mhm.
And there's no way it can be an accident, right? It's like happening. It keeps happening.
Mhm.
You got to do something about it. And talking to management, surprisingly enough, is not going to fix the situation.
I think
What?
they would go to sea bass.
Okay.
And I believe you. I've been
Mhm.
with the company some time. We've sailed to some of these locations where
Mhm.
the mines are, and I appreciate sort of what we collect from them, but at the same time, not only
It's magical rune off.
Oh.
No.
Sorry, audience.
that's got to make it into a core rule book for some game
Right.
somewhere, I think.
Happy Jacks fans, I want you to understand that you have brought this on yourself. You encourage Jason. You all do. I know you do. I've seen your tweets. You're proud of him.
The chat is fire, dude.
Somebody please stop.
I think that Blue, or has Seabass showed any kind of like ill will towards the company at all?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've kind of just been doodly doing my duty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. As soon as you mentioned it, I mean, I did believe it. Not only that, but I also see that there are workers they're not necessarily mistreated, but they're being worked ragged
Mhm.
in the mines as well. Folks who have left their families to try to
Mhm.
find fortune, and it's not quite what they expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe like this moment for Seabass is like all of those pieces finally fit
Yeah,
together. And you're
exactly,
like, wait a minute,
exactly.
they're not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
There's
that.
more to this
Reparations.
than the money that I'm making.
Right.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Mhm.
But Seabass's role on a ship is normally what, like sailing expertise and
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Again, just kind of like I mean,
or and you're a people person as well,
sure. Yeah.
right? Like
yeah,
maybe you're helping close contracts and
Yeah. I
things
mean,
like
I
that.
can be the face of the company if we land somewhere and we need somebody to talk to some people. I can
Yeah.
definitely do
Mhm.
that. But
Okay.
yeah, no, what I like to do is actually again go up in the rigging, just tending to the ship, doing the day to day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that happening between the two of you, it would probably be, since you know Mish better than other folks, and you know that the technology of the like automation runes originated with the OZD people. Maybe this is something we would bring to Mish to say like, are we reading this correctly? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is this what we think it is? Does that
Mhm.
sound like a good fit?
Yeah, I think so. And actually, I
Mhm.
question like your relationship with these runes too. Like, are you supportive?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the your folk did create it, but I mean,
Mhm.
how do you feel about that?
I think you might, because you're a people person, you probably noticed the first time um Mish was shown the automatons. Like it was this sort of like, that's not how you're supposed to do it, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And so Mish was probably like very excited, like, I know how these runes work. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is like a really cool magic thing, and I'm going to make a lot of money to take home. And
Yeah, there were these
Yeah.
great recruiting brochures.
yeah,
and-
yeah. And I'm like, and I was just unbridled enthusiasm. And then as soon as somebody showed me the one of the runic automatons, I'm like, oh, that's not okay. This does really bad things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and absolutely. I just
yeah.
key in on that and realize that you're probably somebody who knows.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And it's also probably even the thing, like, if an Ozidi family had an automaton in
Mhm.
their home and it was running a little inefficiently,
Yeah.
whatever. No, like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be, it literally wouldn't be a problem. You're not even like minorly poisoning yourselves. It
Yeah.
just evaporates and whatever, it's fine. But when you have hundreds of these things
Right.
working in close proximity and requiring the same
Yeah.
type of upkeep and whatever,
Yeah.
that maybe that's exacerbating the situation.
And
Yeah,
scaling
yeah.
kind of to points
It's a-
unknown.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think also, they're huge, because like the automatons we make are like bird sized.
Mhm.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
These are like human sized, and so they're just creating
Oh,
so
that's
much
what you mean by huge. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
I was like, oh, are they like 10 feet tall? You're like, no.
huge, like 5'2", 5'3", unbelievably massive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just like these giant things, and they're not, it's.
I hope Joey's watching.
I know,
today.
right? Yeah, yeah. But like they're these massive things, and like this stuff is supposed to be like, it's just a little drop here and there,
Yeah.
and that sort of like redistributes into the environment, and it's no big deal. But now it's just it's just this this massive glop
Yeah.
that has to be like scraped off of them and like dumped into the ocean every day, and where they get filled up, and
Yeah.
and so I'm just like abhorrent about how they have like twisted this
Sure.
this magic. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the three of you have kind of discovered that this misuse of a magical resource is in effect, and there's really no way to get your head around that the company doesn't know the
Mhm.
impact of what's happening. Like, you could probably try to bully some managers or something, like try to get them to admit to it, but like the place is huge, right? There are
Mhm.
hundreds of managers, and that, like, whatever the three of you could accomplish here would be relatively minor. But there are a couple of clues that you might be able to follow up on around head office. At least the two of you would I'm pointing to Seabass and Mish, being a spy and a magician. There are some record keeping areas that it might be worth finding out more to see how deep does this go. What are the full impacts? Is there anything you can do about it aside from just like quitting and walking away from the most lucrative job you've ever had and probably ever will have? So does that sound like something that'd be worth kind of sneaking around the office at night?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
at what point, what is this the sort of thing Seabass thinks to bring his cousin to, sneaking around the office at night?
Yeah, I don't want to go on, I don't want to go on this alone. And also, if something happens and I do need to leave, or we need to leave, I'm not going to leave Moira. I'm
Okay.
not gonna just run off without her, because there will be repercussions. And
Okay. So you brief Moira on what's happening.
Huge.
I'd love to hear Seabass's words. How does Seabass explain to Moira what's happening? And Kimmy, tell us, is Moira a bright bulb, a dim bulb, somewhere in between? Because you're the fighter class, like in D&D, there are all these attributes that are defining for a character. We don't really have that in Quest, right? You decide if your character is bright and witty or a little slow to the punch, which fine either way. But what character choice do you want to make for that?
I think she's very smart, but I think she's also a little bit selfish and like single-minded about certain things.
Okay.
So it would be hard to tell. Like, if she was in favor of it, great. If she wasn't, like, you have to kind of like get her in favor of doing something before like it works out.
Okay.
How do you feel about the company?
Well, I've been sent for retraining, so I'm assuming that means I did something wrong. But I don't do things wrong, so they're wrong. Obviously.
Obviously.
Yikes.
Okay, in that case,
I feel like I'm probably a little aggressive sometimes, and I just get annoyed and like smash an automaton every once in a while. They're not doing something right, and it's just like easier.
okay, so I think I approach you. I find you, off musing yourself, maybe doing your evening ablutions or something like that, one night, and I say, Moira, do you remember the last time that you smacked one of those automatons around?
You mean last Thursday?
Yeah, you remember that strange...
You do remember last Thursday, yes.
That strange goop that kind of falls off of them whenever you do that.
Oh, yeah. It's so hard to get out of the fabric. It's so annoying.
It's incredibly hard to get out of.
Yes.
Well, it's also incredibly hard to get out of.
Slippery and
Everything else.
sticky? Like, you can't pick one.
Moira, these things are ruining the world around us.
Ruining the world.
Thank
And
you.
I'm going to be very dramatic about that.
Okay.
I kind of just get grave. I kind of like look you square in the eye, and I say, Mish and I, we're going to poke around tonight to see if we can learn a little more about this. But every time a ship sails, it's leaving a trail of this horrible stuff in its wake, and it is causing harm.
Oh, I've noticed it. I've seen it while we were sailing, but I didn't. It didn't occur to me that it'd be hurting.
And nor did I. But I need your help.
All right.
Well, I also want to keep my cousin safe.
Yes, you're going to
So-
keep me safe.
I let that sink in, and then I kind of like, okay, collect myself, and I say, well, listen, at the very least, if we need to get out of here, I want you to come with me.
Oh, of course. I've always got your back.
And I let that sink in too, and it kind of, I feel a little catch in my throat. And I think the scene fades out with like a fist bump, or one of our the community, the kingdom from which we came from.
Yeah.
The tater dome.
Yeah, the tater dome.
No one's replaced it.
That's the nickname for it, right?
Yeah.
It's our little shortcut for it.
It'll be Turton, but people
There
call
we
it
go.
Tater.
Tater. Yeah. We've decided that we have these physical gestures that kind of accompany our social graces, and so I think as the scene fades out, we kind of share these, like a physical gesture of our family towards each other.
Yeah.
And then lights up, fade into the evening. Then
Yeah.
I suppose.
Okay.
Are you? And we're all
Yeah.
together at this point. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the
David.
four of you are having a clandestine meeting. Let's say, we'll maybe on a roof, building roof.
Moira is not wearing her big hat.
Okay.
She's taking it very seriously.
Well, as of this meeting on the rooftop, there is no plan to steal a ship. Right? This is
Yeah.
pre that day.
Mhm.
However far away that day is, we don't know yet. But
Okay.
this is still flashback territory. You had your orientation meeting like a week ago, right?
Mhm,
And it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
reconnected with each other because you knew each other before. Like, oh man, we all have to do is like breakfast clubbed it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Because it was like a 6-hour orientation
The
ultimately.
long scroll.
Right. You have
Yeah.
to, well, you sign the first scroll, and
Right,
then
right.
there's part 2 because they can't show you part 2 if you
Right.
don't sign part 1 and take the quiz.
Yes.
And then there's the safety orientation,
Right.
you know,
Oh
like
God, this
Yeah.
is too real. Yeah, and so Mish this entire time, like we've seen him with the company in this flashback, is like it's like these stuffy clothes and like a cravat like high up his neck and all of that, and like, you know, and these floofy pants and like shoes that he just does not like. You
I
know,
like shoes.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know, and then when we get onto the rooftop, he shed like almost all of that and just wearing like some loose pants and like brightly colored sashes, and yeah,
Okay.
which is totally fine for sneaking.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't see color, right?
I mean, who does?
Right, yeah.
I'm so like slipshod and patched up anyway. So, you know, you could like cling to my outfit and blend in.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Just backpack it.
Right,
Yeah. There you
Yeah. You know, Mish sees like 4 different colors.
I think Blue's wearing the company jumpsuit. 'Cause that's all they have, other than the shark outfit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do most of the people in Sitnalta,
Sitting all.
Sitnalta,
Yeah.
Sitnalta.
do they do much with clothing aside from like adorning? I mean, they're not. It's not like
Right.
a modesty clothing. It's just
Mm-mm.
like I like this sash thing that I
Yeah.
found. Yeah.
I made
Okay.
a necklace with the kelp.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're used to going naked,
Mm-hmm.
and so this is just enforced.
Because their idea is
coverage.
like, if I get caught, I probably shouldn't be naked.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get a little weird about it,
Well, and plus the
and
like.
you get thrown into the break.
Right.
Yeah.
And, well, in the cover, I'll say I work here. You know,
Yeah.
like I am supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Which is good. You don't want to have to.
Employee of like
Yeah.
a number of years scratched out.
Yeah. But so up on this roof, it's night, and we know. I mean, the hours that are required is pretty late before anyone goes home. There are 2 full day shifts, right? There's like a dawn to midday and a midday to pretty late at night, where you know they cover a good like 20 hours in the office, right? So this is outside of that time, which, you know, it's let's say midnight-ish. And there are always some people around because there are the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company has ships all around the world, all the time, right? Where somewhere it's daytime, and somebody might need to message spell in and say, "Hey, we ran out of money," or something. You know, like anything could happen, right? So there are always a few people around the office, like in the comm center, and where you need to get the records is near the comm center, inconveniently enough. But it's not like you have to go through there and like, you know, wait for the guard to turn and then wait for the exclamation point to go down.
Isn't that how sneaking works?
Yeah. But you do have some options for getting into the record center. What is the plan?
Well, Mish is small, so that's helpful. And can probably like and because he can fly, can, you know, get high and open windows.
Yeah. Oh, and the record center is on the top. Let's say it's 5 floors.
Oh, okay.
Record center is upstairs because it can't get wet, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 floors have been wet
Okay.
before. The bottom floor is like most people that like you don't really work there. They're like tools and docks and
Mhm.
I mean,
all
some
kinds-
people don't work there.
right.
Yeah.
Some people don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the second floor is like up you have to like go upstairs normally. But if it's high tide and there's a storm and then like a bad storm, that there has been water in the second floor, and everyone's like, really? But it's more of a reason why the upper placed executives are higher up in the
Yes.
building.
Yeah.
But the records is in the top floor because they need to keep everything dry.
Yeah.
Because as you know, you can't get magic documents wet
Right.
or feed them after midnight.
So is there a way to get up there? I mean, so there are people in this building right now,
Yes.
and it's probably not going to be an easy.
Well, the four of you have made it to the roof.
Oh, we have made it.
Somehow.
Okay, all right, great.
You went up the stairwell somehow, but actually getting out into the records
Yeah,
floor
yeah.
on the fifth floor, that's tricky, right? So that's what we need a plan for.
Yeah.
But you're up there on this, big flat kind of it's that like tarred gravel kind
Oh,
of
sure,
like New York flat roof kind of thing. And
How high? Well, you know what? Hold on. If the records are on the fifth floor, how high is the roof? Is it on the fifth floor or sixth floor or seventh floor?
the roof is, this is the top of the fifth floor.
Okay, top of the fifth
Yeah,
floor.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting
The
in there.
fifth
Okay.
floor is the top of the building.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, so as soon as sun goes down and it's dark, I can fly down and like make sure nobody's still in here and hopefully open one of the windows.
Pop a window. Open.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then you'll have to like use a rope to get down.
Well, I've got I've
swing
got
down.
this thing called a feather hook, which is a magical grappling hook.
Oh.
It technically glides itself upwards, so I can Batman up to someplace, but I can also clip it to something and then gently
Yeah.
bring
You
myself
could
down.
actually just jump off the building and then shoot it back
Shoot,
up.
and then sure, yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
the feather hook is how we got most of us.
That's
up
what
here
I
the
was
first
thinking.
time.
Yeah, exactly. We just need you to open up that window then,
Okay.
and we can certainly use it to, swing in.
Okay. Now, does anybody have, for those who aren't familiar with Quest, a lot of it is say what you want to do and you do it, or we might roll a die. There aren't any skills or attribute values to add to it. We just roll a d20, and there's a range of things that can happen there. It's not a strict pass-fail, which is obviously appeals to me personally, but I see two main challenges here. One, telling whether anyone is directly below, like is anyone nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and then getting that window open. Right, getting everyone down and through the window is pretty simple. You hook your rope to everyone can, all of you can climb a rope. Well, maybe not Mish, but
I can climb a rope. I just don't need to.
yeah, like why would I? I'm waiting for that moment where like it's too small to fit your wings through, and you have to like hand over hand, like why do people do this? It's stupid.
Crawling through a duct.
Right.
So dumb.
Yeah, and I'm picturing in Ozidi Village, like the doors are this high and this wide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that everyone can just swoop through.
Yeah.
It's like a human doorway sideways.
Sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally true. That's why we don't use doors, man.
Just sort of
So
slots in your
human.
dwelling.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we stopped using doors.
Yeah.
I discovered glass. No.
No. There was no glass in Ozidi Kutu. None.
Harry?
So is there activity around
Yeah.
the building then? That's sort of the challenge, is kind of doing this without.
There is that night watch. And not guards, but people who are there in case somebody calls. Right?
Oh, sure,
So
okay.
ready to answer the message spells that could come up. So you've scouted out a couple different ways. Like if you went down to this window or that window, you would get in really close to where the records room is.
Okay.
But if you fly down there and try to open the window and somebody is looking at you,
Yes.
that would be awkward.
Yes, that would be awkward.
So if any of you have any like tracking or sensing
track.
abilities, do you have something on there that maybe we could bend towards? I can tell that there are people downstairs from me.
It says when you find tracks, you can instantly identify the type of creature that left them. If
What
it's a-
about any other kind of like finding or?
There's a stock.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Wait, what's that say?
We can carefully stalk, track, prey without getting noticed.
Yeah. So you have quote unquote prey right
Mhm.
below you, right?
Yeah.
It's just not even a floor. It's
Mhm.
like you're standing on their ceiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does that have a die roll or action point or
It
what?
just
what
says
does-
0 next to it.
Oh, you
Oh,
can
so you
just
can just do
stalk
it.
your prey.
Yeah, and then we just describe the formation of
Okay.
us as we go.
Okay, so then I'll just say you can time this. Esmeralda has headed off to the restroom. You just heard, you can hear their conversation. You're like, you guys can't hear this? Like, but they're speaking at a normal volume.
Mm-hmm.
You all can, let's see, maybe, does anyone have really good hearing other than Blue?
Great eyesight.
Yeah, okay.
Really
Yeah,
good
that
hearing.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It helps
or-
to only have reduced color perception.
Yeah.
Actually helps with long distance vision.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Birds are weird, man.
I know they are really weird. That's why I like them.
Do you have like a humanoid head or a bird head?
No, it's a humanoid head. Yeah.
Okay.
Features are a little bit elongated, but
Beak?
But no, not
Okay.
really. No, not a beak.
Okay.
No.
So
just-
not like Kinku, kind of like D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
correct. Yeah. More like a humanish person, but with the bird wings. No, and then like feathers for hair.
Okay.
Like down for hair. So yeah.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So you can hear moving around. Esmeralda has headed off to the
Mhm.
restroom. There is one person left. Melvin.
Gosh. Melvin.
And the thing I'm going to have you roll for right now is, has his breathing slowed enough? Is he asleep? Can you tell what direction he's facing? And these are all possible depending on your roll. So, what do you want to do?
Well, rolling terribly.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no.
What a great start. Now, it's not a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Catastrophe is a nat 1. On a 2 to 5, failure, you fail your intended action and face a setback of the guide's choice. So, I'm going to do this. And
I feel like Blue thinks that they're a little bit more clever than they are and actually just sticks their head on the other side of the room. Oh, and totally just like obvious. Like, I don't think he's sleeping.
Okay, I'm gonna go then.
Okay.
okay.
if you're okay with this, then
Yeah.
I'll just like flap down a little bit and open up the window.
And there's Melvin. Like clearly he has gone to like a supply closet to have secret second dinner.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
It has
yeah,
like a
yeah,
whole like rolled baguette kind of like
yeah,
like portable dinner thing, right?
Yeah.
Because he's working until
yeah,
it's past midnight at this point.
right, yeah, yeah.
And it's like like half a mouthful of food. And this is like, there's no question this is a yell for help situation. So you have a split second.
Okay.
Mish, how do you want to handle this?
This is luckily a thing that I can handle. Okay, so I'm going to spin an action point and use my mesmerize ability.
Okay.
You dazzle a nearby commoner or minion with an optical illusion the creature must be able to see. Until you leave the area, the creature cannot move, take actions, or respond to conversation. The spell ends if the creature is harmed.
Okay.
So
So you just come in like Dazzler.
yeah.
Whoosh. Whoa. Thank you for that.
And I think what I know instantly is that Melvin has a huge crush on Esmeralda.
Yeah.
So I am going to start dancing my dance,
Uh-huh.
and I become Esmeralda,
like 2 foot tall Esmeralda?
Yeah, yeah. 2 foot tall Esmeralda just appears in front of
It's
him.
weird because she's 3 feet tall. So this is wild.
Right? Yeah, weird.
2/3 her height.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
If you go like down the hall a little bit, maybe he'll just think it's like a perspective.
Right? Yeah.
Distance thing,
Yeah.
I'm so far away from you right now.
I know.
It's weird
Yeah.
that you can hear me this well.
and I think Esmeralda just keeps dancing, and then I just sort of like slide out of the illusion.
Right. And you
And-
leave the illusion there.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there like.
Yeah, I think like half a bite of food is like falling out onto his cravat. So it just says he's stunned there for how long?
So he cannot leave the air until I leave the area. He cannot move, take actions, or respond to conversation.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you need to keep the room he's in
Yeah.
sight.
Uh-huh.
But
yes.
you could come in, you could go to the hallway, you could be a lookout,
Yeah.
but you're not going to be able to go to the records
Yeah.
room
Okay.
and hold
all right.
this. So if you want to give the others clearance to come down,
Yes.
then that might be a thing.
So I will. So I don't have to spend an AP for this. So it's a 0. But I have whisper, so I can telepathically send a message to a nearby creature.
Great.
So I will. So I will whisper straight up to Seabass and say like, "Well, you can come down. Just don't step in front of Melvin or on Melvin."
Okay, like not directly in front of Melvin, in other words, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I latch the hook onto the onto like an eave or something like that, and
Yeah.
I swing in through the
Yeah.
window.
We just have that like
Yeah.
perfect, graceful, right? I mean, I assume your character is like,
Oh yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah.
scruffy, but it's like,
Yeah, can move
secretly
like you wouldn't
James
believe.
Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
like leap from rope to rope on
Yeah.
on a ship. Yeah,
Yeah.
ribbons behind my boots, kind of trailing along.
Oh,
and
perfect.
I make this quaint
What a
little
great
landing,
look. What a great
and then I quickly gesture for everybody else to come on in too.
okay.
So yeah,
And
Blue and
I just-
Moira. Yeah,
And I kind of meet them in there, and I'm like,
and I see, and I
just like
Whoa.
waving, like,
you all see Melvin, who we know, and Esmeralda, who we know, but kind of sparkling and see-through, and we know what Misha's magic looks like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what? Okay, so we know that Mish has fascinated Melvin with this image of Esmeralda, and the other 3 of you come down the rope through the window, scooch around behind Melvin with his seat in his secret second dinner, which is now getting cold
sorry,
thanks to Mish.
sorry, Melvin.
Just wanted to have his carbonara meatball sub.
Got a meatball just hanging off
Yeah,
the edge of his
well,
lip.
That sounds so good.
I know.
I know,
right?
I wish I
yeah,
had said
seriously,
it.
yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
mad.
I know. I did not eat much today, so I'm like really upset about food being
I had
described.
an enormous breakfast, and I was like, I can make it till dinner. And we had dinner before the show, but now I'm like, I could have a meatball sub.
There wasn't a
Right.
meatball sub.
But yeah, the 3 of you scooch by. Any concerns, questions for me?
Well, I mean, I look at you and I kind of give you one of these.
Yeah.
You're gonna come?
Yeah, I can't come very far, but I got to be able to see him and see the illusion.
Like
but-
you can go
yeah,
a little
right,
bit
yeah,
out like
yeah.
into the hallway.
Yeah,
You just can't
yeah.
go very far from
Okay.
there, and you know the records room is like out and down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then into the records
Okay.
room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say actually, it might be better for you to keep a lookout anyway.
Yeah.
Give me a whisper if anything comes up.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep 2 eyes out.
So, Blue, are you following Seabass and Moira into the records room? Are you staying with Mish?
What other rooms are in this building?
Well, up on this floor, there are some executive offices. There are the records room. There's the comms rooms, the communications, and that's the main thrust of what this top floor is about. It's like the holiday parties are always up here.
And from where we are, do we hear anybody else? I know that somebody ran off to the bathroom. Do we hear like chatter coming from any of the other rooms?
Do you have any like detection abilities or anything like that?
Not specifically.
Okay, well let's roll.
You know
a
what?
die.
You know what? Hold on. I have I don't know how to say this word. I've been pronouncing it bricolage. When you're in a room with everyday objects, you can hastily craft an item in less than 1 minute. And one of the items that I can craft is a periscope.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna put one together. I'm gonna spend an action point, and I'm gonna hastily put one together and just kind of peek around corners
Great.
that way.
All right, well let's roll a die.
Okay.
As you scout out the situation.
My understanding.
Oh
is
well, that's great.
Oh,
It's not a catastrophe.
Okay.
barely.
Put it that way. It's like one above a catastrophe. So that's good.
Ouch.
So I'm this is 2 in a row. I'm gonna put you in a tough spot here. You are convinced, and we all, we're all experienced role players here. We can keep our in-character knowledge separate from our out-of-character knowledge.
Yeah.
You are unfortunately convinced of the false information that there are people in every other office. It's weirdly busy. There must be an emergency that they called extra comms officers in. None of the executives are here, but there's at least half a dozen people here, which is you expected maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yeah.
Melvin and Esmeralda, who frequently do night shift together.
Uh-huh.
No, they've never acknowledged their affection for each other. It's an ongoing office drama, but it's just now the spin-off I want to see.
Will they, won't they?
Um, but for some reason, there's 7 or 8 people up here.
Okay.
Moving around, taking notes. It sounds like one of the scroll machines is going, like taking, yeah, exactly. Whatever that sounds like.
Yeah,
But the rune writing scroll machine,
Okay.
taking messages from somewhere. At least it sounds like that to you. And as you're peeking around, you keep seeing these reflections of movement. It
Okay.
looks like movement. Right?
Gotcha.
You're like, oh, crap. And you duck back real quick. No one saw you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
No one saw you.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to you, Moira. Moira, I think we may have to bust some heads sometime.
Excellent. I hate this sneaking around.
Blue, how do you feel about that statement? This is new information. Sounds like there's a bunch of people here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Although in your stalking earlier, it didn't seem like there were a bunch of people
Yeah.
here. I'll give you that for free.
are we sure there's that many people?
There must have been an emergency somewhere. They must be dealing with something.
Yeah, those messages come in a lot.
I said, how far are we? Do I know how far we are from the records room?
It's not very far.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's like on the width of the building.
Yeah.
You're basically in the corner, and you have to get to the middle.
Okay.
Right, and it's
all right.
a good size office building. Let's say maybe what is an office building, like 200-300 feet to a, well, that's 100 yards. That's like a whole football field. No, that's like 100 feet,
Okay. All right.
right? So it's 50-ish feet
Okay.
of
All right.
like a quick dash. But if there's 8 people here, and anyone could be looking out of their office at any time, or look
Yeah.
up over their mini walls, is what they're called here.
Oh, it's an open office layout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh boy.
Yeah, because the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company believes in collaboration and that spirit of family
Mm-hmm.
working together.
All right. All right.
Working long
Transparency,
hours and never
gotcha.
see your actual family.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, we need to make it to that record room, so I will push forward and start sneaking. I will just stealthily, make my way through. If there is a door between me and there, I'm gonna stealth towards like a door in case I need to like
Yeah, for a
quickly
quick.
duck in. Yeah,
Or
exactly.
we'll do the like Neo at the beginning of Matrix, where you
Yes,
like
yeah,
go into
yeah.
that next
And I'm gonna be on my
cubicle.
hands and knees doing
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like an ability or something you want to? Anything for searching, detecting, listen, anything like that? I know you had a bunch of tracking stuff.
Well,
but-
it's just tracking. You find tracks.
right.
That was the big one, and then stock is the other one.
What's your other stuff?
Speak with animal.
Mm.
Is there like a rat? Maybe say
Probably a
ring,
mouse.
arm in arm.
I bet there's a mouse. Yeah.
All right, then I'll spend one of my points.
Okay. And what does that ability say? As I'm going to say, this is as Seabass sneaks out of the room. you're like, oh shit, that mouse is into this red sauce over here. Would like to
Lapping
be
away at the stuff that's
Yeah.
dripping from
Yeah.
Melvin's
It's
hair.
like under Melvin's chair. It's like, nobody look. This is my day. My day is come.
Speak with animals. You touch an animal that is not currently hostile towards you, forming a telepathic bond with it for the next minute.
Yeah.
You're capable of interpreting the animal's thoughts and feelings, and you have an exchange of communication with it. It can give basic information about things like how it feels, what it's seen, what it wants, but does not understand complex ideas.
Okay. So one, you scare the shit out of it, right? Because you like, kind of like came up behind it as it was like into its feelings and red sauce. And red sauce and feelings are the same thing. We all know that. And it's like, ah, and its telepathic message is, I'm dead, don't look at me, I'm dead. And he literally like tips over on his back with his little paws up like,
Aw.
no, I'm dead. I'm dead. You don't look at me. Don't
Hi.
look at me. Don't look at me.
Hi, I'm looking
Stop
at you.
looking at me.
My name's Blue. What's your name?
Huh? Apparently name is too complicated.
You're okay. How's the red? How's that taste?
Tawny?
Oh, Tawny.
It doesn't know name, but it has a very specific like understanding of colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's salmon, not pink.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, Tawny.
But you did say I'm blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Tawny.
I missed that. That was great.
I just had a question. How many of these big ones are around here? And like looks at Melvin.
Right now,
Yes.
you and the flappy one, and that one just left. It was the real stompy one. She's
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
look
she's
at that
loud.
one. I can hear her breathing.
What about any of the other big ones?
I think there's just this one's mate.
Okay.
It's easy, like under Melvin's chair and gesturing up at Melvin's ass.
Do you? Is there any part of Melvin's lunch, second dinner, that is on the table?
Well, he doesn't have a table. He was like in
Oh.
the the storage area, right? Like secret dinner.
Mhm.
He's not supposed to be eating right now either.
Mhm.
Like, would be in trouble if he got caught. Not as Esmeralda wouldn't turn him in, but like,
Right.
you know.
Well, I mean, if there's like, everybody always brings like Cheez-Its in their bag lunch.
Sure.
So he gets the Cheez-Its out of the
Yeah.
bag lunch and
Yeah.
drops it.
Yeah. You find some like crackers or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And
and drops it.
yes, he's like carefully dips it into the
Mhm.
red sauce on the floor.
It's like, all right, Tawny, well, that's all I needed, thanks.
Anything for you.
And then
You're my best friend.
Blue goes walking out the hall.
Uh-huh.
And you saw Seabass kind of like dodging in and out of it.
Mhm.
And Blue's just walking just straight to the room, like, because they know that nobody's there.
See Bess?
I see him walking. I clutch at him real quick, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Tawny said everything's all right. Only Esmeralda's here.
Who's Tawny?
Our best friend.
I don't know any Tawny.
Tawny saved us.
Are you just kind of talking full volume here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Moira's like looking at
Like,
Sebastian.
Poke your head out in
Yeah.
the hall.
And I also feel,
Sorry, I was on mute. I feel like very pointedly, Moira never calls you Seabass.
Oh,
You're
sure.
Sebastian.
yeah.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
not Bast.
No.
Not,
Yeah.
Sebastian. It's your name.
I say, who's this Tawny? Can she be trusted?
Yeah. I fed Tawny.
And Moira, I think you saw the whole interaction with Blue and the mouse,
Okay.
right? Because you were kind of hanging back, waiting for them to figure everything out, and you just saw Blue have a whole conversation. Well, you saw half of the conversation.
Yeah.
Which is probably not the first time you see Blue have a full-on conversation with an animal.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you watch, Moira, is Blue walks out of the hallway, like he described, and this mouse, like, grabs 2 handfuls of crackers, smooshes some red sauce between them, and then goes scurrying on 2 feet behind Blue. It is like right behind Blue's feet.
Well, I I think the mouse is
Oh yeah, and you
Trying
saw
to
that
help.
happen as well.
Tawny's
as,
the mouse.
as you talk,
Yeah.
Tawny like I'm like on
Yeah.
my hands and knees, and then all of a sudden there's this mouse with a cracker sandwich like,
Yeah.
passing me by. Like, I get on my knees, I just straighten my coat again, and I get up.
Mouse? You talk to a mouse?
Well, Blue's out in the other room now, so
That's like what you hear as you walk away, actually, from into the other.
I don't think that you should be a sizist.
It's not about their size. They're disgusting. They have fleas. I'm sorry.
so
I'm
does
sorry.
Moira.
Yeah.
Blue covers Tawny's ears, like,
Yes.
just eat my sweet child.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Defleeing was part of the orientation, actually. Like the 6 hours of orientation.
Delousing,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
I kind of I turn back and say, Ruckus room's this way, and then I walk over.
all right, so only Mish has to hang back because
Yeah,
so you're kind of
yeah.
in the hallway. You can keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
You could kind of see if Esmeralda comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and or just if anything goes on. You can see the door they went into, right? If you
Yeah.
had to run over there, you could, right where they are. But
Yeah.
if you get much further away from Melvin, you're not going to be able to maintain the thing
Yeah.
that's fascinated.
Yeah. So do I know where the bathroom is? That,
Yeah,
that
because there is
Esmeralda went
only
to?
one.
Okay.
If you don't have an executive washroom in your
Yeah.
office,
Right. Yeah.
there is one.
Yeah.
restroom.
Okay. So so I want to magic tricks. It costs 0 AP, but I can create tiny magical effects, and one of those is touch. You give one or more nearby creatures a gentle physical sensation, like someone tapping them on the shoulder, a chill breeze, or the feeling of goosebumps. I just want to give Esmeralda a feeling of tapping on her hiney.
She's in the bathroom.
I know.
Okay.
I want her to feel like she cannot leave the bathroom.
Oh, I see. Like that.
So,
Like she's
yeah,
uncomfortable.
a tapping from the inside. Like,
Wait, hold on. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
X
I
that.
know you don't mean anything super
Oh.
gross by it, but like that's too close to being super gross.
oh,
so
okay, all right, okay.
they're too invasive for me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I want her to feel like she's
could-
got to go.
We can generate that impulse without the tapping part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes.
Poor choice of words.
Now,
yes.
the only thing I'm going to say is, so this is a 0 AP for you, right?
Yes.
Super easy.
Yeah.
But she's all the way across the office and behind a
behind
door.
the door. Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll a die.
Okay.
I mean, what could go wrong? You've done this a million times. Your favorite thing is make people have to poop. What is it? I can't actually see your
It's
die.
a 3.
What
Wow,
is
we
with our
on
roll?
reverse
We rolled a
fire today.
3,
And
a
you had
2,
I had
and
a
a
2.
2.
I had a 2.
Yeah.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh God.
Well,
Gonna break that streak.
I do have a question though.
Ooh.
I somehow missed the HP and AP.
you have 10
portion.
HP
Okay,
and you have 15 AP.
got it.
Yeah. So a 3, which is a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Here's-
of these rolls, we're gonna get to explore the success
Here's
mechanic.
the
in this
quandary,
game.
Mish.
Yeah.
Here's the quandary.
Mhm.
You have to stay here
Uh-huh.
if you want to keep Melvin fascinated.
Yeah.
But now you have to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
in a strange place with a restroom you've never used before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
Which is occupied as well.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
If you could get into, so we're close to the corner office here, right? There's an executive office in each corner.
Mm-hmm.
There are several executive offices, but the corner offices definitely have their own bathroom.
Yeah.
If you could break into this executive office, which is turning left outside the storage room door, everyone else turn right to
Yeah,
go to the middle
yeah.
of the building.
Right.
We're almost, if you just turn left and like one door down
Yeah.
would be that executive office. If nothing bad happened to you in there, you could maintain the spell for Melvin and be able to take care of business.
But I feel like those are really large and weird, and I'm always like afraid I'm gonna fall in. It would be a lot easier to just like fly out the window.
Are you wearing pants?
Like the birds do.
I'm a bird. I can take off the pants.
Okay. Yeah. This is horrendous.
You brought us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You knew what I was when you invited me in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Abs and poop. What
So-
else did you think I was gonna bring to the situation?
When you're a 2 foot tall bird person.
Yes.
Is it like pigeon sized or is it like seagull? Like a trail flying by kind of.
I think
When it
has
happens,
we have to go like
that way.
seagull strength.
Yeah.
just
Okay.
out of curiosity.
Yeah, I think seagulls.
When there,
actually,
there are consequences
I'm gonna
here.
go ahead and
Sure.
fade to black on this
Okay, all
situation.
right.
You fly outside. You've solved my glue puzzle. I don't want to know any more about it. Okay,
Oh my God, we're 5.
in the records
Happy
room.
Jacks.
I wish.
For years, everyone thought I meant like sexy type. Nope.
Nope.
Joke.
No,
Adam's bringing poop joke.
jokes all the way down.
Sorry. Damn it.
All right. So in the records room, the three of you have gathered. Actually, four, because Tawny fully is not looking and slams into the back of your heel. Like boom, but saves the food. Right? It's like
Good call. Good call.
okay, and is just looking up at you, waiting to see what's next. But the three of you are in the records room.
I'm going to start rifling through,
Mhm.
and then it's going to occur to me that if there's nobody else here, might there be something to be found in one of those executive rooms?
Entirely possible. I mean, depending on what you want to do next, that you may be able to find, let's say, access runes to the shipyard or control runes for a particular ship. Maybe access of an executive's personal ship runes, which would just be docked and waiting for them to use at any time. Like a private jet kind of situation.
Okay. Blue, I want to turn to you since you've got a new friend, and I'm going to say, hey, would you be up for perhaps checking out one of the offices over there, see if we can find something useful?
All right. What are we looking for?
I don't know, more records, maybe something that we might not find here, out in this sort of public record area, I suppose. At the very least, maybe a way to get us all out of here.
All right. Let's go, Tawny. And they go kind of trot out.
Yeah. Can Tawny ride on your boot?
Sure.
Okay.
Tawny can also ride on my shoulder.
But she's got a lot to do, right?
Also,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great then. Then she's just sitting there like, this is the best day ever.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just continue again. I'm gonna start searching for records to see if there has been any kind of report of,
Okay.
any damage done, any kind of harmful effects of these things.
All right. Let's do. I want to do a skill challenge here, or what I forget what the rules call it. It's a group combined thing, right?
That's
It's from
exactly
fourth
right.
edition. In fourth edition D&D, they called it a skill challenge. It works very, very similarly. We roll until we get 3 failures,
Oh, well, that shouldn't take very long.
or 3 successes, which you only need 3.
Yeah.
Right? It's
what could go
almost
wrong?
Only
impossible to
3.
fail.
Right.
I can't imagine how you would feel at this. So, let's
Remember when fans could buy you advantage? Can we bring that back before this roll?
Seabass, let's
No.
let's have you roll
I
as
know,
you're
it's horrible.
rifling through papers and whatnot. Let's see what we get.
Okay. Yeah. How's a 1 look?
What
Oh,
is happening?
Where did Stork sit yesterday?
all right.
You're
Everywhere?
I tried. These were rolling decently before the game. Just to let y'all know.
Wait, so that's 4 rolls, and the highest has been a 3.
Three.
Three.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. We got a 3, a 2, a 3, and a 1.
And a 1.
Now, catastrophe in this situation, I mean, you have a lot of things under your control. It's not like you step on a rubber duck, you know. But I am going to count that as 2 misses
Okay.
out of the 3.
Mm.
So, all we have to do is not roll any more misses.
Oh, God.
This will be fun.
And let's
Sorry,
let's go to Moira, who's helping the search.
Okay.
Please let
right?
Moira-
Let's see how it goes.
13.
Okay.
Thank
All
God.
right. That is a success. You succeed without compromises. Deal the standard amount of damage. No, that doesn't apply. But we have 2 misses and we have 1 hit so far, a palpable hit. Now, Blue,
Mhm.
let's have you do a search roll.
And Blue's talking with Tani like, where do they keep the shiny stuff?
Okay. I mean, everything's shiny.
Yeah.
I'm super good at rolling 3s.
Oh, my God.
What is happening? Don't
Jeez.
nobody
Yeah.
touch my dice.
No.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm the one who hung out with Stork yesterday.
I know.
All right.
Let me try another 20.
I think
This one.
there's this like weird kind of bird noise coming from outside. It's very distracting. That's enough. Thank you on the Foley work. But there's just a lot of distracting stuff going on.
Very.
And the
Is it weird that Mish was saying that you were disgusting? Look at that. Look at that. That's gross. That's
yeah.
real gross.
Yeah. I think the executive office that you're in, you are looking for things and you brush across a rune, and this happens to be a rune that like just brings up all of the lights on the floor on this 5th floor. All the lights come up, the fountain comes on in the middle of the room, just super bright. There's no alarm, there's no there's like nothing immediately bad happening. Mish, you can feel Melvin's attention flutter,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
is focused, right? Your magic
Right.
is strong. But Moira and Seabass, and I think Seabass, another component of your 1 has to be that you believe you've done everything right so far.
Oh, right.
Right. Everyone else has messed up.
Mhm.
But you, the 2 of you going through files and stuff, you managed to just grab some stuff. You know, like you're in the right section but you haven't had time to really go through it. Right. So you grab a bunch of stuff, and Blue, you aren't able to find anything in this corner office. So whatever the ship is that we secure later isn't from here. But y'all got to get out of here. There's like you're out of time at this point. Like you don't know, you're like trying to turn the lights back off. Like
I feel like there's a bunch of flickering too.
yeah.
Like the lights got turned on, and Blue's like, "Oh man!"
And it was like,
It's
no,
like a
that's
timer,
not the
like,
right
yeah,
time.
get back
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And then it keeps going like this.
All the motion sensors are
Yeah.
on
Right,
now.
The
and-
lights come up, I jump down to the ground,
Yeah.
get on my hands and knees, and then in the dark as I stand up, and then it comes on and I jump down to the ground.
Yeah, and then I think the chilling moment is Esmeralda's voice. Oh, Melvin, like from inside the bathroom, right? Like, are you messing with the lights? It's really dark in here.
Sorry, Esmeralda.
Is that your Melvin impersonation? Was it good? Is that what Melvin sounds like?
It was phenomenal.
What was that?
19.
Okay, y'all, that was
I
eerily
hear
similar
that. Yeah,
to
no, and in my panicked state, I think it's Melvin snapping out of his,
Yeah.
snapping out of the illusion.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap.
I just clutch as many files as I can,
Okay.
and I kind of like hug them tight to myself.
Yeah, like a filing cabinet tips over. There's drawers open.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
mess everywhere. not to mention what's on the sidewalk below.
And I gesture to Moira in one of our our family gestures. Okay, it's time to bail.
Yeah.
GTFO.
Yeah. My
You're-
evasive side
Which
is getting in
spells
my way at
Ford
this point.
in
Yeah.
your language.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I kind of start running down the hallway back to the window that we came from. Is that the best way out?
Well, define best.
The way in which we would the least obvious way for us to get out of the
Probably.
building, I suppose. Okay, all right.
Even with all the lights on and stuff, as soon as you get out of the spill of light from the windows, it'll either be dark up there,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
as soon as you drop below, the rest of the building is totally dark.
Okay, all right.
So
So, and as I'm passing the room that you're in, Blue, I kind of duck my head and give you a quick whistle, and then
How do you turn these things off?
don't worry about it. Let's get out of here.
Oh, okay.
yeah, and suddenly there's like a hi, welcome to Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company. Your tour is very welcome here to visit our family. And like this whole like tour group, there's like a little floating wisp that is like following its path that it's supposed to go on. And you can hear Esmeralda like, what the fuck? Because I think it's great when like 60-year-old ladies cuss.
Yeah.
That's just, we need more of that.
Right. Yeah.
I do
That energy,
anyway.
yes.
Like trying to think, who's the more like the spikier golden girl, the one who was like,
The old lady?
I wish I
Oh.
could say something nice, but it was decaf. The meanest golden girl, like
B. Arthur?
No,
think
it was
so.
Estelle Getty.
Estelle Getty.
Estelle
Oh,
Getty.
Yeah.
Esmeralda is a
Uh,
1980s Estelle Getty.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for
Yes.
saving me on
Yeah,
that. Who's just like had it right at this point, right? Like,
Yeah.
like is maybe into Melvin, like almost
Right,
certainly,
yeah.
like, but like, come on, this is stupid,
Yeah.
right? Playing games, and yeah, this sort of shimmering, translucent ball of mist, right, is like leading its tour group, the non-existent tour group, up the stairs and around the walkway, and it's very loudly, because it's probably a lot noisier in here normally,
Yeah.
and so in the quiet, it's this like normal speaking volume, which is just like
Yeah. Lights flickering out the windows, voices
right,
coming through.
right.
Well, okay, that'll cover our tracks when
Yeah.
we're looking up here. Okay. Yeah, I dash around the corner. I see you, Mish, and I'm like, Mish, it's time for us to bail.
Couldn't come at a better time. Just let me grab my pants.
You didn't have to take them off. I don't know how your body works. All right.
I pause
the
when you
whole-
grab your
I
pants.
don't
realize
wanna know.
that you don't have pants,
Yeah.
and you just grab them and I like quickly shake it off.
Please don't elaborate. Yeah.
I you know what? I pull out my blink pack. I have another magic item called a blink pack, and when I activate a little clasp on it, it becomes this sort of extra dimensional space,
Ah.
and I toss all my files in there.
Oh yeah, great.
Close that up,
Okay.
and then I pull out my my feather hook and I snap it onto an Eve, and I say, okay, time to go, and I
Okay.
just jump out the window and let that thing trail so that folks can can
Yeah.
climb down as well.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone exits the building.
Oh yes.
All right. So I'm gonna fast forward back to the ship
So good.
sailing out into the dawn. We get to pan around the ship and see a little bit more detail in it. Detail in how the ship has been damaged and was probably something you dredged out of dry dock. And it was not a gleaming specimen. This is like as the sun comes up and we can see the ship a little bit better. This is not an executive's waiting
Yeah.
schooner, right? This is a ship that has seen combat,
Yes.
has been run ragged and put away wet.
Yeah.
So that what?
I think
Rode
it's
hard.
rode hard and put away wet.
Who knows?
The horse girls.
A
are
horse
laughing
person.
at you right
Who
now.
could even know?
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm
We
pretty sure it's run ragged.
No cannons. or anything?
No,
Oh,
they'd all
alright,
been
yeah,
pulled
they've all
off.
been decommissioned.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Okay.
It was in repair. It wasn't going to be scuttled,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
they pulled all that off so they could do maintenance. There's like four like openings where you like it should have 4 cannons,
Yeah.
like 2 on each
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
and a bevy of other things that a ship like this should have. There are no food stores, so by the time the sun comes up, we're in a mildly stressful situation. I think all of us left under some amount of suspicion. So this is fully an escape and not just a thievery.
Not to mention, I got bird poop on my boots.
Yeah.
When I landed down at the bottom of that
Like,
window.
and
I
there's
was
like part of
"Oh,
it you're
where did
still-
this come from?
Like you've cleaned it every morning since then. And there's like
yeah.
patina.
patina. How do you say
Patina,
it?
yeah, either or, yeah. Both are
Uh,
acceptable.
There's
like-
sort of this like magical sort of residue from what might be like a magical bird almost.
Yeah.
That just
Just a bunch of glitter.
Yeah, it's like glitter.
Yeah, there you go.
Glitter is
There you go.
never really gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My special lucky boots.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Um,
just hear me cussing about it every once in a while. You
Yeah.
gotta turn around and walk in the opposite direction.
However, in all of these records that you purloined, you find reference to an experimental dock that is referred to as an air dock. And one, that doesn't make any sense, right? Like, there's like a dry dock is something, right? Like you take a ship out of the water and be able to work on the bottom of it, and
Yeah.
you know,
If you take it out of the water, it's already in the air.
right.
Mhm.
But there
make any
is
sense.
a new class of ship that is in development at this secret air dock because they don't want their competitors to find out about it.
Huh.
And it has this massive expansion of how it uses the rune technology, which, you know, all the paperwork is like, this is fantastic. It's going to make us tons of money. You know, all we have to do is put this rune juice into it, and it's, you know, and we'll be able to deliver anywhere in the world way faster than we could before. Profits are going to go through the roof. But looking at it, and even just the rough estimates of the amount of like rune maintenance that'll be required, this is like 1 ship's worth times 10.
Ooh.
I guess I could have said 10 ships worth. That's another way to say that. It's a weird way to say it, but you know.
That's how we measure everything in like weight wise and
Yeah.
like length.
Yeah.
How many
like-
ships is that?
It's like 40 washing machines.
Yeah, at least
worth of-
40 more.
Yeah.
40 washing machines high. Yeah. Yeah. I think we call it Kino.
Okay. Kino is the
Yeah,
That-
CAINO. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, Kino. Is what that's the OZD word for it.
Okay. CAINO.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is gonna use so much Kino that it's going to completely change the way the rain works. It's going to be so disgusting to even be underneath one of these things.
Well, there's no indication that you'd be underneath.
Oh.
Oh, and well, if you're a water creature.
Well, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's retcon that. Yes.
Yeah. We didn't roll well
Yes.
enough
Mm.
really to justify our continued
Right,
existence.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yes.
The only thing that went well was my impression of Melvin.
Right.
But they're also going to just probably strip the lands to have to get enough to make this
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, there
whatever
are
it's
you
doing.
see all the projections of like how we have to push the mines, you know, push
Mhm.
production in the mines, which is tricky. You can't really there's like a component of that the automatons can do, like carrying stuff out,
Mhm.
but it's so tricky to like see the ore, and like you have to have people getting it out, and
Mhm.
it's also dangerous,
Yeah.
kind of toxic. So but again, like for the OZD people, like you need like a tiny amount
Yeah.
to run your home automaton for a year,
Yeah.
right? Like
yeah.
that's a normal way to use this material. Also, your home automaton is a foot
It's-
tall.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, the owl from Clash of the Titans.
Exactly.
is what,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
what we should be talking
Yeah.
about.
Mhm.
Not you know, massive 5 foot 6 inch
Right.
you know,
Huge.
bipedal automatons.
Yeah, at least they're not like 5'7", where it's
No,
like
I'm unimaginably
disgustingly
large.
tall.
Yeah.
unimaginably large.
Yeah. So, yeah, as the four of you are sailing out, I think we get that the sun comes up and we actually reveal the somewhat more ragged appearance of the amount of time you didn't have to prepare yourselves. The raggedness of the ship, and the fact that there's this gold in the hold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
The gold hold.
Yep,
I said what I said.
I took you there.
Is you arranged to get this in there. It wasn't something that you just magically found in there, right? Like this is also now stolen, like legit stolen, not just disappeared from the docks, you know, and
Yeah.
it didn't get unloaded in time. So you all are wanted on many counts of breach of contract.
Mm-hmm.
And the Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company is not pleased with you, right? And it's probably taking out bounties on you. This is as bad as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And on top of that, we don't have much fresh water or food on board. So, our ranger has some ability to take us through wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
I think middle of the ocean counts as wilderness. There are still a lot of resources available to you. You know, you can see like kelp beds and there's a lot of water. If you know how to clean the water, you can, you know, it's all
Especially if he's a mer type person. and
Yes.
This is definitely wilderness he knows.
Exactly. They know.
Sorry, I
Um,
apologize.
Well, the navigate power allows Blue to navigate your party to one of the following areas when traveling in the wilderness: oasis, shelter, or ruins.
You do need an oasis.
Then we will head to an oasis.
Okay. So you all have a spot. There's like an island where this so-called air dock is supposed to be. And the idea is probably like, well, we need to go see what this island is all about, right? And on the way there are occasionally that you can find these spots. Most sailors don't know about them, but the Sitlannians, Sitnaltons know about.
Just think they swim. They don't. They sit not at all.
That's not helpful.
Sit Knowltons. They still.
I'm glad I
Sit
wrote it down
Knowlton.
in front of my
Oh,
face.
okay. It's funny. Never mind.
There are these undersea geysers that most sailors don't notice, but it's this jet of fresh water coming up into ocean water, and if you get right to the middle, it's kind of like a reverse whirlpool, right? It's not like pulling down; it's like shooting water up, and if you can find this little like slightly raised part of the ocean where you know everything would be there's like no debris on it because it's kind of pushed away, you can spot that, right?
Yeah.
And I think on your way, you know there are also several of these mapped because they're like a big it's a geological event that there's this massive freshwater geyser in the middle of the ocean, and your people know where lots of them are, right? Because I don't know if do Sitnaltians need
See, it
fresh
worked.
water? I'm not acknowledging her right now.
I think they don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a convenient
It's a nice to have.
trading resource and it okay.
Or to help people that are coming through.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or maybe it has like additional properties for you. Maybe it just helps.
Yeah, other uses.
Yeah.
It moisturizes the skin.
Right.
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a treat.
Yeah. Right. It's a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a special drink.
Yeah.
That you
That's how you get
bottle and
drunk.
toast at
Yeah.
parties.
You get drunk on
fresh
fresh
water.
water?
Yeah.
Fresh water.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Okay. I love it. So you actually shouldn't have much of this, but it is kind of nice.
I mean,
right?
this is the first time they've been out of work in a long time and not really doing really dumb stuff.
Yeah.
So they're just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we
A
now?
lemon squeeze in there, and it keeps you from the scurvy too. And yeah.
Okay, now this is totally up to you. Don't feel pressure either way. Is Tawny here? If you don't want to have her be part of the story, that's okay.
Tawny can be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's totally you for you as your character choice. I don't
Yeah.
need Tawny to be.
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
I feel like they want to have like a big animal sanctuary now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like in their coat.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll share the seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you have to roll anything for navigate, or
No.
do you have to spend an action point?
Yeah. I
Okay.
did.
Cool. Then yeah, you right away are able to navigate to one of
Mhm.
these, ocean oases that is full of fresh water. It's also a good place to fish because the fish get like disoriented and like get
Oh,
jetted up to the
there you
surface
go.
and then like try to swim back down like
Mhm. Yeah.
what?
He calls it a bula, is what they're called in
bula?
his tongue. Yeah.
B-U-L-A?
Yeah. B-U-U-L-A.
Bula. Okay.
Bula.
Then yeah, you arrive at the closest bula.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually see there is a small Sitnaltian skiff
Mm-hmm.
that is almost like a flat boat, almost like a what do you call it? The swamp boats, right? Like a fan boat.
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Which is something that it's to a lot of like landlubbers. It looks rickety,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell this is a finely crafted skiff, right?
Mhm.
This is like somebody who knows what they're doing. This is like a Mercedes of skiffs, right? And it looks like they are bottling, right?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
putting something in these like copper barrels on
Mhm.
on the thing. It's like 3 of them. The skiff has 3 big barrels as
Mhm.
well, and they're filling up barrels.
Mhm.
But they don't seem to mind that you're coming. There's
Yeah.
this massive thing of water
Mhm.
that's like maybe 200 feet across,
Mhm.
right? And they're just on one side of it, like siphoning. I think they probably have like a hose in there, and they're
They're
like,
like the hipster ones. They have like this fancy glass apparatus that's like got
yeah,
swirls and
that's their special
You know,
thing, right?
like,
Is they-
like light beards and
yeah, yeah,
plaid shirts.
yeah. They have these like seaweed scarves, and
Yeah. They're about to take it to their microbrew.
yeah, they're gonna
Thank
distill
you
it.
so much,
Yeah.
Mrs. J.
It's
Makes me
distilled
so
water.
happy. Distilled
Um,
water.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So it's good naturally, but then
Mhm.
people will distill it or brew it or put it
Yeah.
into various
Yeah.
things.
Oh
So
my god.
um
That's their motto too. It's distilled naturally.
it's probably distilled.
Probably.
Um so yeah, you all are pulling up to this this
Mhm,
Bula
mhm.
oasis. You can see these folks on the other side of it
Mhm.
are
Is the boat equipped? Well, no, the boat isn't equipped because it was decommissioned. But is there a way, like a barrel or something, that we can use to scoop some water into? at the very
you
least?
have water barrels.
Okay, all right.
They're
all right.
just empty.
okay.
Good.
Why?
No, just being sarcastic.
Oh.
It's always good to be at sea and have no water.
Well, that was kind of the problem.
Yeah,
right? It was like the
yeah.
result of your terrible, terrible rolls in
Yeah,
the office
no, yeah.
was your speedy exunt
Yes.
stage left. So, yeah, you can
This
start-
seems like a great place to fill up. So we can fill up all our water bottles and then we can make it to the island.
Oh, you know what? What is it? The Sitnaltians down below on the skiff. They're not hostile to us or anything like that.
Why they waved?
They waved,
but
okay,
otherwise,
alright.
their ship is like a tenth the size of your.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a boat. Much more a boat than your ship.
Yeah.
So like their skiff could be a lifeboat on this
Mhm.
ship.
Mm.
I feel like all the Sitnaltians go by blue.
Oh, okay. Like for
Yeah.
people who are not Sitnaltian,
Right.
Mhm.
but they have names that are like maybe hard to say
Mhm.
or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or ultrasonic
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the chatter of sharp teeth.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
include that in the language. Yeah.
Do you want to go say hi to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could take a dinghy and
I don't need one. He
Yeah.
just jumps in the water.
Well, okay.
I yell.
I think
I yell-
Tawny like hops off. It's
I
like,
yell
Well, I think Connie knows, like, oh, you can just chill out and eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I yell out blue, and then they all look at me. No, I meant no. I mean
Hello,
my friend Blue.
Okay, hi. Yep. All right.
I just from the deck, I say, ask them if they know anything about this air dock,
All right.
or if any
Mhm.
strange goings
Yeah.
on around here.
Oh, real quick before I go to fish, I just kind of sneer at Tawny, like, "Are you sure you don't want to jump in and follow?"
Connie has no response because she's a mouse.
Whatever. And then I fly off to go fish.
Okay.
This portion of the game is sponsored by Haterade.
Yeah. I think if this wasn't in response, in like snooty response to Tawny's presence, I would not make you roll. We're gonna roll.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah. You're gonna catch something.
An 8.
Okay. That usually comes with a tough choice. So you can find a full ass tuna. Like a whole tuna.
Oh shit.
Now you, Adam, understand how big
I
a
do,
tuna
I
is.
do.
Yeah,
Tuna's
okay.
fucking
If,
huge.
if folks don't know,
Yes.
it's like
They're actually large. They do
Yeah.
not come conveniently.
You
in
could
minute
ride
scans.
this fish, right?
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yes, I could
This-
literally
be
ride
your
this.
mount.
You
if
could
you
be your
were-
undersea mount. You can find a whole tuna and impress the fuck out of Tawny
Uh-huh.
and take 1 point of hit points. Take 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Because this tuna is gonna smack your face.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It is, yeah. Okay, or
Or you can get some like scrawny octopus kind of like wriggly. It's like a cross between an octopus and a starfish. And it's like not delicious at all, but
yeah.
it's kind of like side floated. It's like, oh, I was on a rock. I don't know why I'm up here. I'm drunk in this water. Like,
No, I'm
it's so
gonna
weird.
I'm gonna take that hit. And,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm gonna take that hit. I will take some hit points.
Okay.
And
I think the hit point
yeah,
is
I will
also
take-
the like strain of your wings
Yeah,
as you're
right, yeah.
like clamped onto this.
Yeah.
And you're, oh, I'm gonna take this whole fucking fish home. I don't care. I'll take the couch upstairs by myself.
Yeah,
Don't need help.
yeah. You see me just like slowly hand over hand dragging it up the
Yeah,
dragging it up the
line or
rope.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
with Adam's hard choice, I am gonna just go ahead and narrate that everyone sees this. So you can decide how impressed you are, but it's important that everyone knows that
Yes.
Mish like fucking flies this fish that is
Yeah.
10 times your size
Yeah.
and mass
Yep.
and drop it on the deck like
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can feel like your muscles are gonna hate you tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
that feeling of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm not in pain yet. Oh shit, I'm gonna be. Like,
This is like human bringing home an elephant.
yeah.
I bagged an elephant
Yeah.
so we could eat.
Nice.
So
Except elephants are majestic. Don't ever hurt
No, no,
elephants. They're amazing and lovely.
it's like a human had to like carry an elk home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that's
Elk are dicks.
yeah.
I saunter by where you're there,
Right,
like
yeah.
on the deck with the fish like flopped on you, just like like grunting and gasping. And I pull out this like the smallest tin cup I can find. I have a bottle of hard liquor here. I
Yeah.
pour a little bit in, and I kind of just put it down gently beside you.
It's a
And it's
thimble.
like it's pretty big for you, you know. So,
Hands shaking.
and I'm about to like give you a straw, and I kind of just like gently decelerate my hand just in time to pat you on the back. I grab the fish and I start taking it to the galley.
Moira's sitting off to the side, just like shaking her head. She kind of gives like, can you believe this look at Tawny?
Yeah.
Like the mouse probably
Tony's
doesn't.
like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like egos, man.
Yeah. Oh,
So we've got food and we've got water.
Mhm.
Did we learn anything from the?
Well, you wanted to swim
Yeah.
over and say hi,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And does his teeth chatter hello?
Yeah. You're speaking in a Sitnaltian.
Yes.
Um,
Maltese.
Sitnaltese.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you for correcting me on that. The three of them are from some other town. I think they exist in more than one city, right?
Right,
Or
yeah.
were you picturing like there's one area where everyone comes
No,
from?
I think there's a vast underwater kingdom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because it could be spread out all over the place. So their accent is kind of the equivalent of your if yours is kind of the like classy New Yorker accent, they sound like Boston.
Okay.
Right?
We love you,
Um,
Boston. Don't worry about it.
I do love Boston.
I know it's great.
But accent wise, right? It's distinct enough that you're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're from a different town.
Mhm.
But they are like super proud of their operation. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, what's up?
Hey man, this is a good outfit you got here.
Oh yeah. What's that's Are you guys taking on shipping? Because I tell you, like, we have this excellent product. We'd be happy. You guys are with the Royal Explorer, whatever the fuck it's
we're
called.
with the Tawny Shipping Company. We just started.
Huh? And they look at the like RISE on the side of the ship, and they're like, I guess I'm not that good with the language. That's a Tawny.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really should have studied more in school. Fuck. Okay.
I mean, it really didn't help me up topside either. So, I mean,
Okay. Oh, you've been up a long time?
yeah,
Okay.
too long. But now, we got this ship. And so, we're starting our own shipping company. But hey, did you know about an island for like an air dock or something? Have you heard that? Like chatter from the fishes?
Air dock, wasn't it? They look around. So there's three of them, right?
Mhm.
One of them is full, like as close to passed out as you can be without being fully passed out.
Mhm.
It's just like it's like super drunk,
Yeah.
right? This was like somebody's uncle that they brought because like he didn't have anything to do today, and like yeah, I'll help you carry this stuff. Drunk instantly, like I'm just gonna swim in it a little, a little.
His
It's when
name
you
is Seth, and the others are Dakota and Hunter.
perfect, yeah. The wicked good at making
They're
this
wicked
stuff.
good.
We can hide.
Yeah.
Hard water.
Hot water.
Hard water.
Hot water.
Oh yeah, hard water. Maybe that's what
That's what the label
they
says.
sell it
Yeah,
as. Yeah.
Wicked hard water.
God.
It was wicked hard
Wicked
water.
hot water.
That's really good. God damn it. Okay. So the one what you were already talking to is like kind of confused and looks back to the one who was like managing the tube for the last barrel that they're trying to fill, and they look over, they're like
Like, how the water kind of changes and gets that weird, like, murky color, like, around some of the shipping areas?
oh yeah, we've had to steer clear of some of those.
Yeah, there should be, like, maybe something that is like that, but just, like, on a bigger scale.
Oh, there's one place we were meaning to talk to the city council about it.
Oh.
Like
Where was that?
basically straight north, essentially.
Oh,
The
okay.
like, and then like a little off to that one star,
Mhm.
but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
They call it a weird name, but you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, yeah.
Yeah.
just
'Cause
call it by its
they're like
name.
thinking, like, this is why it left. Like,
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully you like your hard water.
Oh yeah, man. Look, could we give you our card or like
Yeah.
our Insta or something? Like,
Yeah. Insta fish?
Yeah.
Scroll.
yeah, Insta scroll. It's good. Scroll talk.
I hate this and I love it.
You hate that you love it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You need to use a different platform called Tweeter.
Yes.
Very
Can
good.
I take some of that hard water for the ship?
And the strictly aquatic ones use fish book.
Right.
You want to? Oh, you. So we can't really give you like a free sample, but if you wanted to like buy some of it, we
Payment
could-
exposure.
Yeah.
well, I
the-
mean, if you were with
The
if you
SS
were with
Tawny
the,
goes all over the ocean. I mean,
well, I don't know, but like we haven't heard of your company, bro. Like, if you were with the whatever the fuck they're called, the Explorer Space
what?
Royals, the Space Royals. That's what they're.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? The big
No.
shipping company.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought that said Royal Intrepid Shipping and Exploration Company, but like I'm wrong. So I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why the Tawny's gonna make you by taking your drink everywhere.
Roll for it. This is an important outcome.
3.
You should have grabbed the spy before you went.
No, no. Sorry, man. We gotta. Most of this is already sold. We gotta.
Yeah,
It's business.
alright,
Like,
well.
but look us up.
I mean, when you guys need us at a later time, you won't get any discounts and swims away.
Oh.
Okay, it's fine.
Could have gotten in on the ground floor.
I mean, they think you're a nobody. So
Right.
it's-
Do you want to swim over there and don't you know who I am? Them.
You know what? Yeah. Let's do it. As you're approaching, Blue, I give you a wink, and so don't you know who I am? You impress common folk and minions by pretending to be somebody notable. I initiate this ruse by giving a special wink to a party member. That's you, Blue.
Okay.
And then each of the nearby party members must proclaim an incredible fact that creates my identity.
Aha. Okay.
So good.
So,
Alright.
for example, a party member might begin by calling attention to me as a fabled writer, or a storied warrior, or a sports hero, so on and so
All right.
forth.
Well.
Seabass is a master of logistics.
Okay.
I put my foot on the taffrail like Morgan style, Captain Morgan style,
Yeah.
and make myself look as regal as I
Yeah.
can.
Mhm. He has sold my people so many feathers. He can sell feathers to an Ozidi.
All right. And Moira, how are you going to talk up your cousin? In the context that he's trying to impress these rum runners.
So our family is very well known, but we are only well known because we're all related to him. And in our great kingdom of Tartan, even the king himself knows of the great Sebastian.
No, Tartan, we're being respectful.
I mean,
Taterdom.
And then another one's like, did she say they're related? And then the other one's like, they're not all related. You can't have.
But they are related.
Okay, cool.
does Sebastian wear like a thing, like a medallion or ornament or pin?
I have like this actually kind of ornate amulet that has a little green. I mean, it looks like a fancy gem, but when you look at it up close, it's actually just a piece of like tinted glass.
Yeah, awesome.
So- And the amulet that he wears was actually given to him by the king himself, who is honored to give it
And I
to
put my head,
Sebastian.
and the amulet kind of flips up, and the sun catches it, so it bing, glints.
So the image here is that you're like the royal booze runner
Mhm.
who can sell anything for a good price, which means you could sell their product for a big markup. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the stage is set.
Yeah,
Do
you know,
you have
so-
to like roll anything or spend something?
No,
or-
no. Let's see. It just when everybody's finished, I have a captive audience of creatures, nearby. So yeah, I'm standing on the
They,
taffrail.
they pull the skiff around a little bit.
Yeah,
Like once they're
yeah.
hearing more, they're like, "Well, they didn't tell us that you were, shipping royalty. We didn't recognize the company name. So, what can you do for us?"
It's because of the paparazzi. We don't want him to know that he's here.
yeah.
We try to seem mundane so
Yes.
that they won't understand that this
Yeah.
is a big deal.
This
because
lets us,
it's Sebastian.
Yes.
This lets us.
They come
Whoa,
far and
so-
wide to watch
Oh
the.
yeah. We've heard of Sebastian. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Who hasn't heard of Sebastian? You
Right.
wouldn't
I
wanna
mean,
be some
obviously-
kind of idiot or
Yeah.
And his amazing ship, the Tawny.
the Tawny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tawny.
Right.
That's what that
we've named
says.
our shipping company after this fair ship.
The mouse is like, "Oh, why do you keep saying my name? So, I know one word. What am I supposed to do with this situation?
I love Tawny so much.
Yeah, like ribbons flapping in the wind. I lean over and I yell out to these to the Sitanaltians. Wait, they speak like whatever language we speak as well. I say, "All right, I know y'all have big dreams. How much were you selling these barrels for?"
They
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Quadruple it. No. I guarantee you. 6 times as much.
you'll give us 6 times?
Yes, but we will need something first. We'll need one of those barrels first.
Well, I mean, I guess yeah. If you're Sebastian and you can, okay, yeah. I mean, lower your hoist. We'll or send that bird one down. Like they carried up a huge ass fish.
I'll send like a rope down and over the rail and start
I do
hoisting
come
it out.
down with it, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
tie
I
it
just
on.
hook it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Moira is like, okay. So yeah, you exchange some sort of like, oh yeah, here's how we'll get in touch. We'll definitely
Yeah.
call you.
Follow me on
Yeah.
Insta scroll.
Yeah.
My fish.
Yeah.
My fish. Yeah, my fish. Right.
Oh,
That's very good.
oh, it's official. I like Eli more than you, Jason.
That's okay. I like Eli more than me too. Okay. So, yeah, you finagle with these Sitanaltians and they sell you this barrel. I think you have to give them some of your gold,
Yeah,
but it's
look,
really
we got a
not
little-
very
I'll
much.
toss
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
toss
trade
it
him a
out
little
bit,
bit of gold.
Uh,
And also, they really don't know the value either.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh, this is so much, and I like
Yeah.
handed this like 2
Send
coins.
Niche out with it
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's so much, and then up close to like, oh, all right. Okay, so you have the location of where this air dock is supposed to be.
So, but this the directions that you received coincide
north.
with where we believe.
roughly,
Okay,
it's
all
much more precise than what
Okay,
you were
great.
gonna do. So, yeah, you've got a barrel of this fresh water.
Okay.
And actually,
This is
no,
branded fresh water.
yeah,
so-
you have
This
no,
is
you have,
distilled water.
you have
This is
one
the
barrel that has
distilled, yeah.
gone through their process,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. We filled our other barrels with the actual
Yeah.
just regular fresh water.
Yeah.
But this is their distilled special
right,
water.
right.
The LaCroix.
Yeah.
And
Where are you guys from? We're from LaCroix.
LaCroydon.
LaCroix.
Yeah, they said it was north is where the waters were poisoned. Yeah.
So we start sailing due north.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Now, who is our main spotter in the crow's nest? We had a couple people who were.
I'm the official.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm like really good
You can get
at.
up and down there fastest. so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say your attention level is between your soreness and trying to show up Tawny the mouse?
My attention level?
Yeah.
Is that a human term that they do?
Yeah.
Attentions?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I have an attention level.
You in the crow's nest on watch.
It's a 1.
Literally
Oh my
or
goodness.
figuratively?
I actually
keeping
just
track
I
of
actually
this?
just rolled a 1. I just like rolled to joke, and I was just going to say it was a 1 just for shits. And
What
no, I actually
is
rolled a 1.
happening?
Yeah.
Hey.
That is,
The
for the record.
So, there's
tonight,
maybe this game called Cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We rolled a 3, a 2, a 3, a 1, a 13, a 19, and now a 1.
I got another three.
And,
And another 3. And
the
then a
way
1.
this game is shaped, you have a 75% chance of doing at least
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
A 6 or better on a 20-sided die will kind of get you what you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am astonished.
Yeah. This is
However, as your ship peels off and the other,
Sorry, everybody.
these thrilled, hard water sellers are just real excited. They're goes the other direction. About an hour or so away from the Bula, you in the crow's nest see this a little too late as these basically like tree trunks stripped of it's like a whole tree stripped of all the branches and stuff, right? It's like what you would set as the pole of a dock, right? But you see two of these like kind of poke up out of the water on either side of the front of your ship. And you're looking so closely like, what are these? Like, it's just these two tall poles like pacing your ship, and then the ship starts to lift up out of the water a little bit.
Our ship?
Yeah.
Oh.
As you see, actually there are several of these poles, and this like underwater vessel has basically trapped your ship. And as it doesn't like fully lift you out of the water, but it lifts up a bit, and you don't really have control because you're like trapped in these like ring of poles, right?
Hey everyone, we're flying. Are we supposed to be flying?
You're not flying, but that's what Mish says. And from below, grapple hooks come up, hook onto the gunnels, and also some like tentacles throw up, and people come up over the sides with weapons and harsh words. So, what do you do?
Do we understand the harsh words?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
These are submariner pirates
Oh.
that usually chase after Royal Intrepid shipping and exploration ships and other things, right? But this is usually a juicy haul, and they are coming up swinging. So I would like to have us roll initiative. And does anyone have a D20 I could borrow?
You could take mine.
I don't like either of the ones I brought.
Oh man, that's double what I normally roll.
That's not bad.
Oof.
Oh, hey.
All right, what's our highest?
I got a 15.
12.
15's the
Six.
highest.
What have you done to me?
12 was Seabass.
Yes.
Blue, what'd you get?
6.
Oh, okay.
We did it. Double.
Yeah.
And
Highest roll of the night.
Moira 2.
2.
I mean, I was gonna say, hey, good news, guys. I rolled a 5. I'm definitely going last. The 6, I was like, yeah, I'm still going last. Moira,
2.
bringing up the rear.
Wait a minute. You're the only one who hasn't rolled a really like low
Yep,
double-digit
this
number.
is
So
my-
hopefully,
Yeah.
now that we've all kind of gotten that out of the way.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hopefully.
nothing could go wrong now.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have been the swingiest swinger that ever swung. Yeah.
However, be under no misunderstanding. These folks come up swinging and shooting, right?
Okay.
They are in full attack mode. They don't care about taking prisoners.
Mhm.
But you have like half of the crew that comes up over the side are these like anthropomorphic squid people,
Oh.
right? They've got like 2 squid legs, like that are 4, like 2 tentacles wrapped around to make one leg, and 2 tentacles make another leg, and they're up, and then they've got 4 more tentacles that are just like coming at you, right?
So they're all Sams.
Yes, yeah, Samantha would be proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
She started this cult.
Yeah. Right.
And
Can we get her next time to play the big bad? Please. Be amazing.
and then there are a number of other beings that we know are either aquatic or amphibious.
Mhm.
And so some of them are pretty obviously just like kind of holding their breath, but they can
Mhm.
do it a long time. Like these
Mm.
squid folk are supposed to be underwater all the time, but they can hold their breath for like an hour,
Mhm.
right? So that's not really an issue for them. And then we've got some street shark characters. We've got some bluefin people.
Mhm. Are there any Sitnaltians?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Can there be sea urchin people?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're very cool. Like they're just super spiky.
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
will not go well for us. We're on the same team. Just want to let you know.
That's the thing. Like you can't really attack them from the back. They're like sort of like porcupine.
Yeah.
No,
But
They have
the-
arms and legs
Yeah, but
and
the
they-
front is kind of squishy.
Yeah, they
'cause it's like
unroll
the
like a
underside.
hedgehog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're like
yeah.
hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Secretly, we didn't know sea urchins were like hedgehogs, but actually they are. Secretly,
really?
yeah.
No, they really are. If you flip them over, like
Got the soft
that-
Oh, I didn't know
underbelly.
that.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
don't
I
have
was being really
spikes.
funny.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. They're not cute on the bottom
Okay,
side.
yeah.
They're just like
Yeah, neither are these.
Yeah.
They're just mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, don't pirates parlay?
Well, Mish.
Okay, so okay. I am going to use my favorite tactic of splitting image. So I gotta spend an action point. I vanish momentarily, reappearing with two illusory duplicates at my side.
Okay.
My duplicates travel alongside me and perfectly mimic all my movements. So basically, you have to flip a coin if a creature attempts to target me.
Okay.
And they disappear if they take damage. But I basically I disappear and then just like all of a sudden there's three of me and I dive bomb.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go after basically random targets. But
Okay. Yeah. So I think your spell probably takes up your action for the most.
yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I think just like turning myself into three and then like dive bombing, like that's my whole
Love it.
thing.
Okay. So you're in motion.
Yeah.
Seabass.
How many of these things have gone
Probably
topside?
like a dozen.
Oof. Okay. All right. And
But
they're
there's three of me, so we're fine now.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Even Steven.
Great. And they're out for blood, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do the swashbuckling thing. I'm gonna hop onto the like one of those rope ladders and I'm
Yep.
gonna start climbing up, putting some distance between me and them. I have a magic item called a needful hilt.
Mm.
It is a hilt to a basic weapon. And if I activate it, I can imagine a common weapon while holding it, and the hilt morphs into that weapon.
Okay.
I have a bag full of iron marbles, so I'm going to
Called bearings.
yes, yeah. Well, they're a little bit bigger than. Well, yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
guess they are still bigger than.
Sure.
They're basically sling bullets.
Yep.
Which is what I imagine my hilt to be a slingshot. Boom.
Okay.
And from the
I
rigging,
mean,
I'm
you
gonna
could make
start-
it a pistol grip if you want. If that suits the vibe of your character.
I prefer
Okay.
the slingshot. I'm gonna start just like slinging bullets down
Sure.
to folks.
Yeah, that's
so
a
I'm gonna
move
pick out,
and attack. So
I'm going to pick out, let's say one of the bluefin folks, since
Yeah.
they're like a vibrant color.
Yep.
And here we go.
let's roll.
See if I, come on, dice.
Come
Please.
on. It's gonna be great.
It's a 7, so it's a tough choice.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you can get a big hit on like 4 damage, right?
Ooh.
Normally it's supposed to do 2 damage.
Yeah.
But that like leaning out, you're like, oh, got him right in the eye. But you're right on the tip of this where you actually have to make a decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You like have this perfect shot, and if you follow it and actually take the shot, your marbles are gonna spill out. There might be a
okay.
couple left in your pouch.
Yeah.
But they're all, like you've like, oh no, I'm almost leaning too
Yeah.
far.
The bag's just, the
And-
bag opening's kind of.
So it's either
Flipping
a
over.
massive 4 damage hit, which could kill a common,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a mook, or you can keep all your marbles.
I will go ahead. I'll go ahead and lose my marbles.
Okay.
And I'll
All right.
follow through that shot.
Roll do you have a D4 handy?
there should be some in that thing right there too.
I've got my bag.
Ooh, I love that pink bag.
Hmm
That's awesome.
Let's see,
It was like kind of a felt.
yeah. I actually can't remember where I got this. I
Suede.
just
Oh, it's suede
happen
leather,
to,
right?
happen to have it.
No, suede's like fake leather.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is.
suede was a
This
type
one's
of
like
leather.
a
This
fake
is-
suede.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. D4.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Okay, you have one marble left in your bag. However, the one that you fired goes right through this thing's eye and into its brain, and it just like keeps like it keeps running forward and just like collapses and headbutts into the mast
All right. I dig it.
right below you. So,
Okay.
yeah, dead. Blue. Wait, who's blue?
I'm blue.
You're blue. Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Nobody
Dabba
moved,
die,
and I was like,
dabba
wait,
dee,
did I
dabba
say the
die.
wrong name?
You make up magic. You make up any magic.
I'm gonna spend
It comes with
4
the character.
points.
Well, if you have something in mind, I read all the magic items, I just didn't memorize them, so
Yeah, okay.
we can, wing it.
I'm gonna spend 4 points
Okay. Ooh,
and make Tawny my animal partner.
okay.
Oh.
So now you get to play the animal as an NPC played by the guide and acts
Okay.
in addition during your turn.
That's great because I was about to narrate Tawny pulling this like nail from behind her back that she had kind of like wrapped some fabric around the handle of like just like
Yeah.
Just barbarian stabbing into
Yeah.
toes.
That's awesome.
yeah. And is like running to keep up with you, or like
Yeah.
grabbing onto your outfit and
Little
Uh,
berserker mouth.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that most people would think like animal companion, like a bear or a wolf or a tiger. No,
Well,
Eli
because
goes
then it can't be
mouse.
smaller than a mouse. So I was like, oh, mouse. And then it hits the mark.
yep.
It's adorable that I love it.
Does it say like does it do an amount of damage or?
Attacks with 2 damage.
All right, the mouse does 2 damage.
Yeah.
But it depends on how you want to organize your turn. So what all do you want to do? Because you can do like a weapon attack, or you could have the mouse attack, or I don't know. I don't want to go crazy with like a million attacks, but
Is there one that looks like the leader? Or it just seems like a bunch of dudes?
oh yeah, no, like one of these squid folk is like kind of a more like red gray mottled. I should say octopus folk. Sorry, not, they're octopus folk. With like the tentacle legs and arms and stuff. Those are octopus people.
Okay.
Not squid people. That was rude. But this one that's kind of red and gray mottled is barking out orders. It has like a beaky kind of octopus face, and is shouting orders at people in the equivalent of like Cockneyed English. Like you can understand what everyone's saying, but it's definitely the
Yeah.
version of pirate
Well,
language.
he's gonna, or they are gonna blowgun that one.
Okay, yeah, we established the
Are
presence
they?
of
Yeah.
blowguns.
Oh, 16.
Oh,
Yay.
yay! That's a success.
We did it. We did it. We got out of this
Slowly but
multiples
surely.
of 3.
All right. So the pirate leader has taken 2 damage. Noted.
And Tawny.
Tawny's gonna need a minute to get into the fray.
Okay.
Because I don't want to
The
have
other-
like
the other
both
thing
of
that
you attacking on the
I
same
was
turn.
thinking that Tawny could take the marbles back up to sea bass.
Well, a marble.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
gonna be more than one round.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I mean, if you want to tell her to like, yeah, let's bring marbles back to sea bass.
Yeah.
She can get on that task.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she like holds the nail, runs over there,
They
grabs.
cannot, they cannot continue. They cannot.
Then she like one arms the marble.
Heisman's it over.
And actually, I'm gonna say the product of your spell, she's like twice as big as she was.
Okay.
Right? Like you've imbued her with your, nature magic.
Yeah.
And she's like twice as big.
Mhm.
And is able to like get this marble under one arm and uses her nail to like help her climb up the mast to where Seabass is. All right,
So much.
good turn, Blue. 5 is my turn, and basically I have enough people to make an attack on everybody. But Blue, I'm gonna have the captain attack you,
No.
and he does
Rude.
more damage.
Okay.
So, I'll do everyone else first. Moira,
Mhm.
do you have any moves where you can like mitigate or react to an attack?
Yep, I have a counter attack.
Okay, well, let's see if I hit you.
Okay.
That's a 19 is a hit.
Mm.
So, successful hit. How do you want to react?
Uh, oh no, I can't do anything with that. To do counterattack, you have to get a tough choice or worse, and you did
Oh,
not.
I have to roll.
Yes,
Oh,
so
okay.
I cannot do that.
Okay.
so.
Do you have anything else? Like I don't know. I mean, most of the stuff it says like, oh, it's one roll, and then
Yeah.
it's not like counter
It doesn't seem
rolls
like
and
there's
stuff.
much else.
Okay.
So it's good.
All right. So I'm gonna have you take 2 damage then.
Okay.
And that's only because you're fighting like 2 people.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like
that's-
hand to hand. That makes sense.
Yeah. They're like each doing 1.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So for sea bass, a couple of them are like aiming crossbows at you,
Okay.
trying to bring you down. That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Damn
Oh
it.
my lord. Okay.
Holy crap.
All right. Double the damage.
That's gonna be 4 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Jeez, I took all the rolls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stole.
Okay. Mish.
Bring it.
What? I genuinely can't. Oh, 17. Okay.
Okay. So you have to roll a coin. If it's heads,
Okay.
it targets me. If it's tails, one
So,
of my duplicates
If
is
it's
targeted.
odds, it's you. If it's evens, it's a duplicate.
Okay. All right. Odds me.
It's a 10. So duplicate is gone.
Okay. All right. So okay. So
and
one
you're-
of them's gone. The other one
I
stays.
know you were in process of dive bombing,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. So one octopus person has like sees you coming and like topples over backwards, but it comes up with like 3 pistols. But, now each of them can only fire once,
Right.
and then you have to like cock the hammer back again.
Yeah.
But 2 of them miss, and one of them just like just glitter everywhere.
Yeah. Glitter and feathers. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
thought it was bad, that spot on your boot.
It's all over
me
now.
tell you.
Although there is a moment,
Oh.
I think for Seabass, you're like, wait a minute.
yeah,
That's
I
the
realized.
same goddamn glitter. It's a specific hue, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it as I'm hanging up there and look at you. Look at it as my eyes following you as you dive down.
Yeah, it's this like talcum white glitter.
Uh-huh.
With just a little bluish tinge.
Yeah. Okay.
Opal as it kind of changes colors.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And blue is also in the fight.
Mhm, but the captain.
Oh right, Captain. Okay, yeah. Well, now did you? Oh yeah, you did some damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
13 is still a hit. Wow. Okay. So this
Wow,
phenomena
thanks.
has happened to me before when running D&D like games where
Mhm.
I, the GM, have to roll dice.
Mhm.
Which is part of what I liked about PBTA games is that I didn't
Mhm.
roll dice frequently.
Yeah.
So many times it's worth notice. When I'm playing in this kind of game, I roll as you all have rolled. I am one of
Yeah.
you, right?
Mhm.
Unless I'm the GM.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I, in a game, rolled 3 20s and a 19
Uh-huh.
with
Yeah.
some spiders attacking the party.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And in one turn.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was ashamed.
Gentle listener, I can confirm I have witnessed this effect happen. Just why?
And I roll like hot garbage when I'm on the other
Yes.
side of the
Yeah.
table.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Thank you. Okay, so this captain is doing boss damage. All right, so get away from me. Do you have any abilities or anything that can mitigate damage or get out of the way?
Sure
or-
don't.
Okay,
Oh, no.
then you are taking 4 damage, my friend.
Ugh.
Yeah. You should probably get Moira's help.
I need Moira's help.
Okay. Would your character like yell for Moira
Yeah.
or anything? Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there was a loud
Okay.
or something like that. yeah.
So Moira, you're fighting these 2 guys, and they did a little bit of damage. You know, like But then you see blue just like getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Wait, did somebody else take 4?
I took 4.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, because you
That was a
critted.
crit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was like a bad luck situation.
Yeah, you're up high.
Yeah. You
Nope.
can see
So-
like this guy is just getting whooped on.
Yeah.
Right. The guy's got like 2 swords and 2 guns, and he's just like boom sword. He's like guiding you. You know, just like in total control of this fight. Right. So Moira, that's what you've got these 2 that are in your face that you could deal with. You can see blue is really in over his head. Their head. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna do like the pirate thing where it's like dun 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 dun, dun and I like grab like a rope and swing towards blue.
Sure. Okay.
That's just gonna be my movement. That's not my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I want to try this because
Yeah.
it's a wild
I
ability.
love it already.
I'm gonna try dueling.
Okay.
Look away. Okay, so I have to put my specific
Oh,
4
right.
cards down
Right.
in like an order flipped over,
cool.
and you have to guess them as the GM.
Okay.
And let me read the
amazing.
card. I compel a nearby creature to fight me, so I'm doing that with the captain.
Fight me,
Take
bro.
your basic attack, wild attack, overpower, and disarm cards. Choose 3. Choose 3 of the cards and place them face down. I didn't read the directions correctly.
Okay.
And now they are all face down. And you have to guess the identity of each card.
This is awesome.
Yeah. If you guess correctly, I can't use that ability.
Okay.
If you guess incorrectly, I get to use the ability sexually.
Sexually.
Whoa.
Sexually. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Happy Jacks.
Became a
Happy
whole
Jacks
other different
night.
dueling game. Okay.
Successfully with no AP cost.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then if you guess all 3 correctly, my foe immediately makes a successful counterattack. And yeah.
Okay. Can I see the move so I know what your 4 things are called?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. There's 3 of them.
Yeah. But there are
I
4
don't-
possible things they could
Yeah,
be.
I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm not supposed to tell you like the one I didn't use.
No,
or-
you don't tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah, you choose 3 of them face down. So I want you to characterize this like what does this look like as you're running up to the obviously this like octopus captain.
Okay. So I have my big hat now.
Yeah.
And I'm doing there's like the big orchestration. There's like battle and fighting, and people are after different people in the crew, and just miraculously, like it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean moment. Like I somehow get from one side
Yeah.
of the ship to the other
Push
very
past these
easily,
two who were fighting
kind
you.
of like knocking
Yeah.
people out of the way a little bit, and then they don't attack me again for whatever reason.
So they just they miss.
Yeah.
Cinema, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I get there, and I was like, "Avast!"
Okay. I'm gonna say your rightmost, my leftmost is
Mhm, this one.
overpower.
Overpower. Oh, you got
Is
it
it?
right. Yeah.
Okay. So you can't use overpower.
I can't use overpower.
I'm gonna say the middle one is wild attack.
Nope.
Okay. What is it?
It's disarm.
Okay, so you have that available to you.
Well, I think I get to do it right now successfully
Oh.
with no AP cost.
Reveal the card after each guess. If the guess correctly, you fail to use the ability. If I guess incorrectly, you use the ability successfully for no AP cost. Okay.
Crap.
Wow.
So cool.
So-
well, I think we do all 3, and you can use any of them that I miss.
I think I
Any
get
or
to use
all.
all of them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But why don't I guess the third one?
Okay.
And you'll know if you can use both of them, and you can plan for it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I think it's cheesy for me to go like, oh, wild attack. So I'm not gonna do that.
Mhm.
It doesn't say I can't, but. Okay, so you just revealed.
Mhm.
What did you turn up? Disarm.
Yeah.
And that one was overpower.
Overpower.
So disarm and overpower out. I already guessed wild attack. I'm gonna say that's your basic attack.
Wild attack.
Oh.
That was very
Okay.
nice of you, Jason.
So you get disarm. I did want to say wild attack again, but that feels so cheesy to me.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh, yeah.
that's like the game
Yeah.
show probability
one
thing.
problem
Like
with
Uh-huh.
but
Okay, so I get to do disarm. So I disarm the NPC within reach. If I have a free hand, I take the
There's
weapon
so
for
many
myself.
arms. All right.
Uh,
So do you have a pistol and a sword though, right?
Yes.
So you don't have a free
Yeah,
hand.
I can't take.
Okay. But disarm.
Actually, I think in this moment, I probably don't have a pistol. I've got a rapier and then the short sword.
Okay.
So it's like the
Sure, to
dual wielding. But
Defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
I forget what the little one's called. I know this. I'll shout it out.
Stiletto, dagger.
No, I know it's yeah, I know.
They come in
poniard.
a set, and they're
is it-
like one to defend and one to like attack.
Flamberge? No.
That's a big sword.
All my Ren Fair
Yeah.
friends are gonna stop being my friend now.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's basically it's like disarm in French or
Yeah,
something like
something
that.
like that,
Yeah.
Disarm. Must be it.
En
Right,
français.
And for my wild attack, I attack with reckless power, and I have to roll a dice. Oh no, it says I get a success automatically.
No, it says you don't have to spend your. Wait, let me see this.
No, it says it's an automatic success.
Mm,
It does. If they guess incorrectly, you use the ability successfully with no AP cost. But I
Oh,
don't know what
it
that
does say
means.
So probably
Successfully.
successfully like an 11 to 19.
Yeah, that's true.
unless you want to roll the dice, because you might get the 20.
I might get the
There's a 5%
I'll do
chance. This is a terrible decision. That you
yeah. I mean,
It's fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
You just roll it.
if I get anything above a 6, I get to do double damage. But
At least double damage.
yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
roll.
All right.
12.
okay.
Ooh.
So I deal double damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
that was accurate.
And your weapon is probably a 2, so you do 4 damage.
Yeah.
That's great.
So they've lost one of their 8 weapons. Do they have
No,
to
I
like?
think disarm is like what does disarm say?
Well, it doesn't specify for multi-armed octopi people. So
What does it say? They drop their weapons?
you disarm an NPC within reach.
Disarm
Well, that's
NPC
all.
It says,
is like-
no, it says if you have a free hand, you take the weapon for yourself.
Mm.
So
I don't
it's
know.
singular.
There, if he doesn't drop all his weapons, he's not disarmed.
But it says the weapon.
I feel like I like Jason's logic on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
the other thing,
Gimme.
I know, but at the end of this card, if they get, oh no, never mind.
You're like Ginsuing this calamari dude. Like,
Okay.
take the slashes.
You're
Okay,
literally
I'm taking it.
disarming them. Right?
Yeah. right.
Oh,
We're not chopping his arms off
No, no, no.
yet.
Don't
But
go back.
you do
Rude.
manage to get between all the weapons, and
Sorry, that's a microaggression.
you do this incredible like spiral maneuver with your sword, and just all of the swords twist out of his hand. And the octopus is like, "What the? How did you get all of my swords?" And then wham! You like smack him in the like
Okay.
crack his beak, and he's just like totally like reeling, right,
Yeah.
trying to get back together, but he's taking a lot of damage at this
can I have
point.
the moment when I like do this fancy twist thing and all of them like hit the ground or hit the deck?
Yeah.
Like there's like that moment where there's like wind in my hair and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ah,"
obviously.
and then continue.
Unfortunately, with that gust of wind also comes the strong fishy smell.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm on a boat alive.
Yeah.
Right.
Blue's one of my friends.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
I mean,
Not gonna deny it.
yeah, right.
All right.
Part of the
Um,
allure.
Right. That's right.
So that was Myra's turn. So we're back to Mish. You're in mid dive bomb.
Yeah.
Where do you want to wind up?
They not doing things, or do you don't do things for them?
I went on 5.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. So I dive bomb and I want to end up basically facing off one of them, just like overhand, double hand smack my staff on its
You
skull.
mean so a stick,
A stick.
a short rod.
It is a staff / blowgun. Thank you very much.
Okay, so like a
It's-
flute.
It's it still hurts.
It's a recorder. It's like one of those recorders. You
Yeah,
Right, yeah, it's a
That
recorder.
size, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a good walking staff could be almost your own height.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
2 feet.
Yeah,
or
so
so.
it's like it's like 2 feet. Yeah, it's a flute. Okay, fine. It's a flute.
Baton?
A baton. I double hand smack my baton into his tête.
Okay. A tete.
Yes.
Or do you have a ability that you're using? Or
No, this is just a regular attack, like a basic attack
okay.
with a common weapon.
Now you were talking about magic weapons. What if this actually was like a whistling kind of instrument or something, and its magical ability is that it could, for let's say 2 ability points, sort of like distract someone on the level of a fascination.
Yeah.
You know, temporarily.
Yeah, like maybe so one of my things is so like I have an attack that's like 4 prismatic bolts,
Mm.
and if I use it to hit a creature, use all of them to hit one creature, it basically uses my mesmerize effect,
Mm.
which is the thing I did in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So maybe if I spend 2 action points, it mesmerizes the person that I smack with my staff.
I'm gonna modify it further because I think
Okay.
the magic items in this are really fun.
Oh, okay.
So this flute, if you activate its ability,
Mm-hmm.
unless you get a 1, you can't miss.
Oh, okay.
Because like a miss will upgrade to a success, but a 20
Yeah.
will downgrade to a success.
Okay.
So you can't crit,
Okay.
but you can crit fail.
I can crit fail. I cannot crit. Okay.
But you otherwise can't miss.
I'm okay.
So
with that.
2 to 20, what could go wrong?
Yeah. Right.
No
damn
way,
it,
to,
Jason.
literally impossible
God
to fail
damn it,
this roll.
Jason. Well, unless you like roll your dice like off the
I
table.
want to see what it is.
Are you going to? I can see what it is. Do you really want to know? We're not.
Oh
We're
my
taking. We're taking rolls. It's got to be in the.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
But what is it on the floor? It's a 1?
Is it seriously a
Yeah,
1?
I'm
Oh
serious.
my god.
We don't play floor dice. Never
no.
have, never will.
No, don't accept trash. That's an 11.
That's 2
Two
ones.
ones.
It's 2 ones.
Wow. Is it really a one?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I grabbed it already, but it was
Oh
a
my
1. Yes,
God.
it was a 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Solidly a 1. Not caught
So,
nothing.
The distraction of this like kind of like self-harmonizing
Yeah.
fluting sound.
Yeah.
They're what? And
Yeah.
you just smack them across the face for 2 damage.
Yes, yeah.
It was hard to miss. But yeah, and you're going after not the pirate captain, but just some
just
of the
one of the
math.
randoms.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a rando.
A rando.
Okay, so it's
No Calrissian.
yeah, nice. Also, how are we doing for time, everyone? It's 10:20 right now.
I can stay a little longer.
Mhm.
But-
My commute is really hard. I can't.
Okay. I know you got a ways to go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Probably
are
a
you?
little bit longer.
Okay, but not a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
That's a joke because we're at my house for everyone who doesn't.
Yeah, we're in Kimmy's backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we're not allowed to pee on the bush, and I don't.
some
I'd like to
reason.
log my complaint.
Hey,
Yeah.
I am classing the whole thing up. Okay. No more peeing on bushes. I've laid down
That's
that
what the
rule.
neighbors' yards are for, really. I mean,
Anymore.
Oh.
We could pee on the bushes?
I mean, probably.
I'm pretty sure the rats pee on the bushes.
Yeah. Well, Tawny's cute. I'll
Yeah,
make an exception.
Connie's not a rat.
that's yeah.
It's rude.
So I want to take offense.
Right. That's specious.
All right. So Mish, excellent.
Yes.
Whistling dive bomb. And yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely you've engaged a couple of
Yes.
these fighters who are like dealing with your doubles, and
Yeah,
is there
yeah,
2 of
'cause I've
them
been-
left, right?
There's one left. So
There's one left.
yeah, so it starts with two multiples.
2 copies.
2 copies.
Right.
Yeah. So there's initially 3 of me. One is taken out, and so now there's the real me and then the one fake one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that was good. Seabass.
Okay, so I
Oh,
hear.
I'm sorry. Those are mooks. 2 damage.
Oh.
You take them out.
Oh, they go
Yeah.
out.
you
Oh,
just
okay.
clack,
Oh,
crack.
cool.
They like crack into each other, and
Yeah.
you know the whistling was so confusing that
Yeah.
they just like topple over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even the double one takes somebody out.
The what?
The double one,
The double.
or just what? Because my double also
Oh.
smacks into one.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're
But it
fighting
doesn't actually do it.
mooks, and you
Yeah.
did 2 damage, so I'm letting you
Oh.
split it 1 and
Oh,
1.
okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
I don't know if it's supposed to work that way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to break the rules. I'm just not going to look it up. So
It's Jason is rules adjacent.
Right.
I,
Yeah.
Jason.
I
Rules
really
adjacent.
like the
Rules
rules.
adjacent.
Rules adjacent.
I,
Yeah.
So
I always called it the
I'm
Jason's
sorry.
edition.
We have to say it because it's a pirate game.
Yeah.
They're more guidelines than actual rules.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
High five myself.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Come on.
No, I'm genuinely impressed with this rule set, and I am not trying to like,
Yeah,
oh well, I don't like
super
this rule, so
fun.
I'm going to change it. I'm just not going to look it up because I'm tired and we're running out of time. So, um,
You know what? So the choice is: do I go after mooks or do I focus fire on the big bad? Because I just heard Blue. I just heard you yelp out in pain, and then all of a sudden through the deck, I see you, Moira, like charging through and hitting this one.
I
So
think we have 3 mooks down and a
Okay.
captain, and probably like it's hard to tell because everyone's moving around 8 or 9 more.
Yeah. Well, each of us have we have like 2 mooks apiece, roughly, right?
Yeah, well,
Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what? If we take down the captain, we might get the crew to surrender. So I'm going to reach for that last marble, that last sling bullet, and then I hear this dunk,
Yeah.
dunk coming up the mast, and I look down, and there's a mouse with Connie with a sling bullet in her arms going chunk, clunk, clunk, clunk. And I kind of like look at her, and she looks at me, and look at her, or them.
I think
I look at
we've
them.
been using she, her. Yeah.
And I reach down and I grab the sling bullet
Mhm.
from her arms and I aim at or rather this way. I aim at the captain.
Yeah.
So here we
And
go.
Tawny like kind of bares her teeth in encouragement.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
"Grr,
Sure,
grr."
okay, all right.
Fuck 'em up,
all right.
Seabass.
Now I feel this pressure to impress a mouse too. I was like
What's the name of the
She
shit?
will,
making the
she
way
will stab
through.
you. You don't.
with a rusty nail.
Yep.
Tetanus. That's a 12 again, so that is a success.
That's a success.
All right, so 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
the captain.
Yeah, he's just getting hit from all sides. Okay. Yeah, he's looking really bad.
All right, I will take it.
All right, Blue.
Can
So this captain
Tawny
who like messed you up.
from the crow's nest
Yeah.
try to coup de grace the leader?
Swing on a rope.
Yeah.
On
On a sail, do the little nail on the
swing
sail.
on a rope, but she could like
Yeah.
sail down somehow. Help me picture it. Like I'm open to it. I don't think she could just flying leap.
Wait.
Well, 'cause she,
wait.
like-
Can I put her in the slingshot? Cannonball special a mouse.
I think that's just as bad as her jumping. Like that's.
Do you have a handkerchief?
I mean, there's a bunch of like rigging, right? That you can run
You know,
across one
yeah,
of the ropes and drop down.
I've got a handkerchief. Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What did Eli say?
Isn't there like a bunch of rigging?
Yeah.
Or she could just like run and drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it could work, but it's iffy enough. I'm gonna have you roll the dice. So
I mean, like
She's
a rope for a mouse is like running down a hallway.
it's more like finding a path to be where she wants
Got
to
it.
be.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
and not have to drop 50 feet. I don't know how tall a
Mhm.
mast is, but
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It's for a mouse.
Okay, she missed.
What is it?
Oh.
A 2.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. She comes running down
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't think nice scream, but you know,
like,
squeak. But then like flies past the captain and past the gunnel and is overboard.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So we don't know where she is.
Okay.
Right now. We'll have to find out later. Do you want to do anything else on your turn? Try
Yeah,
to
do a
move or
blowgun.
move the. Okay, yeah. Let's roll again.
17.
Oh yeah, that's a hit. And that's
To the leader.
probably 2 damage. So yeah, that's it. He's done.
And then
yeah,
Blue
that-
jumps
that's-
overboard.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back to that. So the crew is definitely shaken in this moment that you wanted of like if we take the leader down, like let's see what happens. Spy, do you want to try to capitalize on
you
this
know
moment?
what? I'm if they're yeah, I mean if they're shaken, if their attention is if I can capture
Now
their
they just need to
attention,
be stirred.
yeah.
Can I help and spend the AP points to use my loosen ability, so all of their belts come undone and their weapons just like drop to the ground?
Yes.
They're aquatic, so I'm assuming they're not wearing actual pants.
Not
so,
not
yeah.
really much in the
So-
way of pants, but they have weapons belts
Yeah,
and
right. Yeah.
some like
So-
strapped on armor bits
Yeah.
and things
Read
like
the
that.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're on the hook for
They
this
drop
one.
stuff.
I love this ability so much.
Buckle in.
You twirl your finger
Or not.
as if you are unwinding a spool of yarn. Starting with a single creature nearby that you can see, you create a cascading wave of magic mischief that loosens anything fastened or tightened around nearby creatures. For example, bags become unclasped and spill out their contents. Shoelaces become untied, belts unbuckled, and shirts unbuttoned, which is what really sold me on the ability. And pets become unleashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
So-
weirdly, the octopus people have so many abs.
So many abs, yeah, yeah. And I just land in the middle of them, and then and my duplicate is with me, and we just clasp hands, and then we just like twirl our fingers and dance around in a circle,
Yeah.
and spin, and then just all of a sudden, all of the other like pirates, their weapons
Yeah.
belts just like pop and clatter to the
Yeah.
ground.
Armor pieces sliding
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
scabbards falling to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is certainly a moment to capture.
Yeah, and as that happens, is like the chaos kind of ripples through the deck. I yell out from where I'm hanging, "Don't you know who I am?" And then I make eye contact with you, Moira, and I give you that wink.
All right, Moira, who is he?
It is the great Sebastian, the greatest on the sea. Like she says it like convincingly, but there's
Right.
a slight if you know her, if you do not run, he will attack and kill thee.
Wait, we want them to run,
Whatever-
or we don't want them to run?
We want them to run.
Okay, I didn't
Do we
know.
not want them to run?
We want to
We
run.
could get more crew.
I suppose.
I'm
The poem still works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Even if
fine.
we run, we're
Yeah.
still home.
I'm not using the I'm just figuring it's poems are part of my thing.
Oh, right. Okay. No, that's
it's not
fine.
my turn, so I can't go.
I just wanted to make sure I understood what you wanted them to do,
Oh, yeah.
so that I have a clear message.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like,
All
there's an epic poem about him. Be afraid.
All right. I'm gonna say Blue doesn't have to participate because you're technically not in the scene.
Okay.
I'm not going to bed yet, and you're not the boss of me. My phone go to bed alarm just went off because I'm bad at going to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm a grown up and I do what I want. But Mish, you recognize the cadence of what's happening.
Yes.
Don't you know who I am? And what Moira has said already. What do you do to pile on? As everyone's belts have fallen.
Yeah.
In unison with your doppelganger.
Right. Yeah.
Your double whispers in your ear what you're supposed to say.
Yes,
What do they
yeah.
whisper?
Arms cannot be taken against his glory bright. If you do not bow to him, you'll run away in fright.
And with that, I'm actually going to let go of the rigging, and I'm going to drop down. I'm not super high.
It's a lot less of distance for a human than a mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And it says here, I have an ability called Strap. Unless you're searched by another creature, you can conceal up to 2 weapons in your clothing without being noticed.
Sure.
Yeah.
In the air, I pull out a couple of daggers, and as I hit the ground, I go boom onto the deck, and then I just kind of like raise up tight, taut, rip them out, and I kind of just start eyeing the crew down, these daggers in hand, just ready, just itching for blood.
The light rises up behind
Yeah.
him too.
Yeah.
Like,
Again, the wind blowing, ribbons
Yes.
rippling around my legs.
They to a person, drop their weapons into the pile of their belts and whatever's around them, right? And are like backing away to either like go over the edge. They're kind of like waiting to see what they should do because they got some mixed messages of like, I'm so scared, I don't know what to do. Do I run away? Do I not run away? Like, and so but they're definitely dropped all their weapons.
Okay.
Right, and they're trying to like a couple of them. I think just go whoop, like over the edge. You're like, "Fuck, I don't know. What do you want to have?
I will look at the nearest one, and I'm going to approach again, just kind of daggers crossed in front of me. I'm going to say, if you want to live to see another day, you'll either serve me or you'll leave.
I
And
don't
then,
have a ship to go back to right now. Like this is everyone.
oh, all right. Wait, they don't have like a vessel underneath.
There is a vessel, but
okay.
like this is everyone on the like.
Oh,
Yeah, we're undercrewed.
okay. Well then, seems like you've got another vessel. Seems like there's another vessel that we all can claim now, isn't there?
We have an armada.
Have you thought of joining Tawny Corps?
All right. So I think the remaining sailors buckle under, and you have the option of scuttling this half busted ship and just going with their sort of submarine, or
Can
having
the submarine
two
drag the
ships?
ship along?
Well, yeah. I mean, you could ride. I mean, the ship would probably get damaged in the process, but you know.
Let's make sure all the gold makes it down there.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
thinking like camouflage, you know what I mean? Like a sort of
Oh, yeah.
derelict ship kind of above us.
yeah,
you know?
we're a wee
Sure.
crappy ship, but no, there's a
Yeah,
submarine.
it's like
underneath.
the fish that has the light dangling.
Yeah, right. It's an
Like,
anglerfish.
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nightmare. Those are nightmare creatures that should never
That's
have
what we're
existed.
calling the submarine. We're calling
Yeah.
it the anglerfish.
Don't feel bad, but
It's a part of
yeah.
you know.
They're terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so over the edge of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
it's a long ways down because your ship has been lifted somewhat out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
but in the very distance of your vision, you can see Tawny turn in the air and just execute this perfect dive into the water, and then you come in afterward and also can perfectly dive because
Yeah.
you're aquatic in nature, yeah, the two you just go whoosh, just right behind her, and
Okay.
the two of you come bobbing up to the surface again, and she's kind of like treading water and just adorable.
Can I confirm with everyone in this group that was all we wanted to hear about? Like what happened to Tommy?
Yeah.
Ever since that happened.
That's why I
this
made it
battle could have
wait.
gone any way.
I needed to know.
I wanted to make sure I had your attention.
Funny and bad.
Blue looks at Tawny while she's swimming and is like, "Hey, we got you another ship."
Through
She's
your
like, "My
telepathic
armada
link,
is
you
almost
know her primary concern is that she dropped her nail.
Oh, give me a second.
Okay. You gotta go find her or get her a new one.
Yeah. He'll try to find it.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You come up eventually.
Yeah.
And, yeah. All right. So, wait, I didn't manage time very well tonight. But I think it would be a good closeout where these two ships are sort of locked together and proceeding, and we see the dock in the distance, which is like a tower and a fledgling, the skeletal start of an airship of some kind.
Yeah.
And
Second Star Destroyer.
that's
right.
exactly. No, I mean it's like the size of a galleon, right?
Yeah.
With like it's a blimp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very obviously like just hanging up in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's
Wow.
a tower like 50 feet up, and
Mhm.
all kinds of people swarming around working on it, and you can even see the like sparks of the blue rune magic, you know, kind
Mhm.
of just kind of blowing
Yeah.
up all over the place to
Yeah.
make this stuff work. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to close out.
Yes.
Yeah.
As see that in the distance.
Yay!
Oh, yay.
This is a really interesting system.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
It's a
like
really
it.
punishing system, Jason.
So horrible. Oh my god. Somebody... This was
But
like the most deadly game I've ever played.
You know what this feels like?
Sit
I don't know
back
if any
down.
of you have all played it, but this feels like Final Fantasy VI. It's
Oh,
like the
yeah.
last Super Nintendo Final Fantasy where like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
character has a different like you know, there's the slot person and then
Yeah.
there's the you know, the keyboard or the keypad input, you know,
Yeah,
character.
really
Oh, uh-huh.
different feel
Yeah,
for
yeah,
all of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But folks, that's our one shot of Quest to RPG here
Yeah.
on
Mhm.
Happy Jack's RPG.
Yeah. And
Um,
we're kidding about it being deadly. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
really
kidding.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels very balanced if you're not rolling under 6 on a d20, like
Constantly.
90%.
there was some bad
It
luck.
does,
I think
yeah.
there were also probably a couple moments where I didn't need to call for a roll,
That's
and I
okay.
did, you know.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'll chalk some of that up to learning a new system, but
I think that's
Yeah.
important when we're doing a new
I
system
didn't
too.
necessarily
Well-
see any case where that was unwarranted.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if you read the book, it's very much about like you're here to tell a story, and that's the
Mhm.
most important
Yeah.
thing. And the system absolutely does allow that.
Mhm.
And we had horrible rolls, and we
Mhm.
still told
Agreed.
a really fun story
Mhm.
that where our characters got to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We didn't TPK. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so
I do
think
like
that
there-
worked really well.
there's a lot of scaffolding and support for the GM to have bad effects other than damage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that.
Which was nice to see
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed using that. But that's going to be it for us tonight. So if you want to check out any of the previous stuff we've done at Happy Jacks, there's a whole thing of one shots. There's a whole bunch of campaigns. HappyJacks.org has all of that stuff. And for me personally, my name is Jason. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. I do some video game streaming over there. I have some campaigns that have wrapped recently, but that's pretty much what I'm up to. Let's go this way and let Kimmy close us out. So, Eli.
My name's Eli. I'm on social media, but you don't really need to follow me. Just be good to everybody.
Amen to that.
Mhm.
Hi, my name is Adam. On most of the social medias, I go by Hoobuk, Hoobuk. Yeah, so I'm not really in a lot of games right now, but I'm hoping to be on the advice show a lot more often now that it's much closer to where I am at the end of Fridays. So super excited about that. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Coyote and Crow, and I'm wearing their new T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Decolonize your gaming. Coyote and Crow is a native created role-playing game that just recently came out. Should be able to find it at your local gaming store. Connor Alexander, the creator, is actually apparently doing a little tour around the Southwest.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up in Oklahoma and then one of the, I think, Gen Con, or something like that. Anyway, or somewhere in Ohio. But anyway, Connor Alexander is going around the country like signing books randomly
wow.
at bookstores. I picked mine. I picked up the last one at Geeky Tees
Oh,
the other
nice.
day. So I'm very excited about that. But anyway, so I just want to give a shout out to Native Gaming, and please support Connor Alexander and Coyote and Crow.
Yeah.
Follow them at, I think it's Coyote and Crow RPG on Twitter and Instagram. So
Coyoteandcrow.net.
coyoteandcrow.net. So
And a lot of their sales go to benefit the libraries and resources available on reservations.
yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things about the Kickstarters. You could do a Kickstarter level that not only bought you the game but donated a game to a reservation library. So which is really fantastic.
And
So,
honestly, it's one of the most gorgeous RPG books I've bought in a long time. I'm
Oh,
so glad
man.
I got
Yeah.
myself the hardback,
yeah,
and I just flipped through. It's just beautiful.
yeah,
I-
it's gorgeous,
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, and most of the art is also native artists, so which is really exciting. But yeah, so anyway, so that's my little shout out to Coyote and Crow. We're not sponsored. I'm doing it because
Cheers to that.
yeah, because they're wonderful and native gaming. Yay! So anyway, Yakoki, thank you. Bye.
Howdy, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Jay Africa. You can find me on Twitter at JAfrica or on Instagram at Transplant Asian. I've written several adventures for the D&D Adventures Guild. You can find that on the DMs Guild. And last year, I ended up on a team that wrote a new role-playing game based on West End Games D6 system called Carbon Gray. You
Yeah, I
can
read
find
about
that
that.
on you can find that on Amazon. I think the site is carbon-gray with an e.com. So check it out. It's a great little system, a fun little world. And yeah, I had a great time with everybody. Thank you very much, Jason, and thank
Cheers.
you, Kimmy.
I totally spaced that you'd helped with that. That's so exciting. I forgot. So my name's Kimmy. I am the person in charge of all of this. You can find me at Golden Lasso Girl on most social media, except for TikTok, where that was taken. So I'm Golden Lasso.
Oh.
So I'm Golden Lasso RPGs there. And I love TikTok. I'm totally addicted. I've been on it like 8 days, but let's see. You can find a lot of my stuff at happyjacks.org. And my stuff for the games that I design, I have a game out called Decima. I'm designing a game called Starscape, which probably will have a campaign here fairly soon. And then a bunch of other little games that I'm messing with. You can find that at goldenlassogames.com. And yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.